FWIT, we're extremely passionate about supporting women and especially supporting female-owned businesses, which is why we started the Future Makers Women in Tech program, basically to support early startups, to take the women through business incubation, and at the end of the day, to also help them to be able to scale up their businesses. To see young people thinking about problems that we face every day and ideating on solutions to solve those problems was truly inspiring for me.
We shouldn't always be profit-oriented, but also creating value that will stand the test of time.
We learned many details about analytics, about personalizing our ads, and most importantly about being intentional about being where our customers are and personalizing our ads to them.
If I want to survive as a business, I need to prioritize digital marketing as soon as possible.
Initially, I thought this modeling and management is cumbersome, but through this masterclass, I found out that it was actually easy and easy to do. And as a startup, you getting this right will make or we invite a lot of investors into your business and then put your business also in shape.
Risk can be positive and can be negative. You don't always have to cite your mind that risks are negative, because sometimes risk can be positive, which brings out positive ideas and positive results.
Fundraising does not validate your business. If you have a good business or I wouldn't say a bad business but a poor business model, fundraising does not automatically make it good. Equally, if you have a good business, not fundraising does not make it bad.
Venture capital firms normally would want to partner you if they believe in the business you are doing. They want to partner you, grow you, and get out at a point.
Pitch your reality. Nobody knows your business more than you do. And it's so easy to get caught up in the fluff and, sounding so perfect for investors and what they want to hear. But the truth is, our reality is what sells our vision to them. So we should be bold and pitch that big, bold idea.
Don't stay in your comfort zone for too long. Challenge yourself, speak up, and get help.
One important thing I learned is you have to be ethical when you are doing business.
Future Makers Women in Tech program have shaped me in various ways. So I'd say that going for a whole lot of different cohorts across Ghana and also outside Ghana, usually what made this one stand out was the fact that it touched almost every part of business you would need to learn.
The guidance from GCIC, it's really, really key, because as women, we are always very soft-hearted until we are pushed. We need that push to help us to really grow out of our comfort zone, to really bring out the best in us. And I think this program does that perfectly.
It is very important that technology, which is the fastest moving elevator to scale, and perhaps for women also, that we give women the opportunity to get into this elevator so they can scale their businesses and make the impact that is required.
FWIT, we're extremely passionate about supporting women and especially supporting female-owned.
Top of the morning once again. To applaud ourselves. Now do that, please. Let's applaud ourselves. Yes, not only is it a form of exercise, but hey, it's been raining all morning, and you left your cozy beds to join us here through thick and thin, through very thick traffic, I must add. But you are here today, and these are the very qualities that define a woman entrepreneur. And I think you've done very well for yourselves. Please applaud yourselves once again. Thank you very much. Today we are here to celebrate your vision, I must say. We are here to celebrate your courage, because it's not easy to start a business in this part of the world, to talk of any other part of the world. And we are here to also celebrate your innovation, because in you is so much burning, so much ingenuity, so much creativity. And today we are here to celebrate that. And the very qualities that define you as a Ghanaian woman entrepreneur. Now, let me hit you with this very interesting statistics. Did you know that in our part of the world, that is in Ghana, it will shock you to know that women lead 44% of micro enterprises and 34% of formal SMEs. In as much as these figures are quite encouraging, I tell you what, we still have a long way to go. And I'm asking myself, why haven't we hit equity yet? Well, there are a few standing blocks between us. One major part of it is funding. And we all do know that. Funding is critical in pushing every form of entrepreneur, be it a man or a woman. Even the men also need the money, right? So we would like to acknowledge a proud partner for envisioning this dream. Please let us acknowledge Stan Chart for putting together this brilliant initiative. And somewhere in April, it was launched, and for weeks, it's been incubation, it's been master classes, it's been ideation, it's been trying to fine-tune your development, it's trying to fine-tune your idea, not only bringing together an idea, but how is it solving issues in society? That is really what it is about. And so today we get to celebrate your months and weeks of putting all of this together, and then we get to find out who is working away with a cool 10,000 US dollars. I didn't hear you clap. I mean, that is a whooping 10,000 US dollars. That is big money. That is big money. If I sit here, I can tell you what on my bucket list that 10,000 US dollars can take. It's a lot of money, but that is seed capital to invest into your venture. And so we'd like to say a very big thank you to all our partners for making this possible. Before we get into who our panel members are and get to find out who our top 10 participants are, I think it's just right enough, right? Because, I mean, in the Ghanaian parlance, when you go and visit somebody, you need to hear from the person. And so we are honored to invite onto the stage this morning none other than the Director of Marketing Communications at the Ghana Climate Innovation Center, Ann Saki, to give us the welcome address. Please let's acknowledge her as she joins us for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, good morning. Good morning, esteemed partners from Standard Chartered Bank, project lead, Ashesi, distinguished guests, judges, thank you for being here, and then the cohorts, obviously, our brilliant cohort 5 entrepreneurs. So, a warm welcome, and on behalf of Ghana Climate Innovation Center, I extend a welcome to each and every one of you. It's both an honor and a pleasure to stand before you today as the implementing partner of this transformational tech incubator. So over the past few months, we've had a front row seat watching these incredible entrepreneurs in their journey of growth and resilience. And we've watched these ladies transition from passion idea holders to strategic investment-ready entrepreneurs. They've endured rigorous training, countless mentorship sessions, and the inevitable challenge of putting up a pitch today. So we're not just also, celebrating their pitches today, we celebrate their perseverance over the last few months. Our mission at GCIC is to build a resilient green economy through entrepreneurial solutions. obviously with a focus on climate resilience. And we know that this goal is unattainable without the full participation of women. Gender equality is not a separate initiative, it's a core component of climate action. And when we empower women in tech, we're not just launching one business, we're igniting a total ripple effect of sustainable impact in the community that benefits our nation's economy. Hold on, I need page 2. And we are always excited that Standard Chartered Bank Ghana shares in this conviction, and their visionary partnership has made this incubator a good ecosystem of support, and for that we are eternally grateful. So to Cohort 5, the skills that you've honed, the networks you've built, the solutions you've developed are exactly what your business and Ghana needs. You're not just tech founders, you're the architects of a more sustainable and inclusive future. So we're proud to have been a part of your foundation, and we can't wait to see what you build in the future. So as we launch, remember that this graduation is not an end, but a powerful beginning. Standard Chartered Bank will always remain your steadfast partner. Today they are launching their alumni, which you'll be a part of. And this will be your lifelong support system if you're able to harness it well. So let's make today a memorable one. Let's be inspired. Let's invest our attention and our belief in these phenomenal women. So welcome once again. Thank you. And we look forward to your pictures.
Thank you. Thank you, Anne Saki, Director of Marketing Communications at the Ghana Climate Innovation Center, one of our partners for this Future Makers Women in Tech Cohort 5 Demo Day. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge Ashesi University's, contributing to this great event. So I would like to say thank you so much to Ashesi for making this happen. Well, for those who do not know, my name is Pamela Kosa, and I'm happy to be your compare for the day. At this point, I think it's just nice and fair enough to just zoom into our judges. Because without judges, there wouldn't be any scorecards. Without any scorecards, there won't be any declaration of winners or even declaration of our top 5. And so they are a very pivotal, group amongst us today, and we would have to duly acknowledge them and appreciate them for joining us today. In no particular order, but being somebody who is really akin to females and very interested in what females do, I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I'll start off with introducing the females. So joining us today as our judge is Letitia Vani. She's a senior portfolio analyst at InnoHub. Can we see a wave from Letitia? Please, let's acknowledge Letitia. Thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, with your, experience in this field, we know that you're giving us the best today. Also, joining us as a judge is Madame Zelda Bands. She's a consultant at the Creators Consult. Please, let's acknowledge Zelda. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate your time. Last but certainly not the least, the man amongst the women. Let us make welcome Mr. Michael Asem, Chief Commercial Officer at Solve Ghana. Thank you so much, Michael. We appreciate your time. And these are experienced personalities, well vexed in their various fields in terms of innovation, entrepreneurship, digitalization, and what have you. They are the right people to score us today. And so, who knows? Let's see how it goes. So thank you so much for joining us here this morning. We need to know who our Cohort 5 finalists are. Are we ready? Are we ready to know who are going to pitch and hopefully make it to the top 5? I'm not feeling the energy. Are we ready? Do we want to know who are in the top 10? All right. So we start off with Wobble Technologies. Can I see you, Wobble? Where are you? Yes, Wobble Technologies. Congratulations. We have Agri-Ease Limited. Do we have Agri-Ease Limited here? Hey, the judges are scoring. All right, so wherever they are, we wish them well. LBH, do we have LBH? They are also not here. They're on their way coming. Well, Much Care. Yes, Much Care is here. Yes. Go Plus. Go Plus. Yes, Go Plus is here. Anansi Learning. Right, good to see you. STEM 8. Oh, good. Do we have Wax Farm in the house? Yes, Wax Farm is here. Now, Green Husk Innovations. Green Husk, yes. Matching your name, green on green. I like that. Last but certainly not the least, Guard Path Technologies. Guard Path Technologies, thank you so much. We appreciate your time with us. I think without wasting much time, we will zoom straight into why we are gathered here today. I've seen a few personalities who are here with us. I think it's just right to acknowledge them. Let us acknowledge Dr. Amanobia Boateng. She's our guest of honor. Hi, Doc. Thank you for joining us. And later on in the program, we get to hear her deliver her speech. But first, the pitches. And so here are some ground rules for the pitches. Each participant has just 5 minutes to pitch. Please take note. It's 5 minutes to pitch and then 10 minutes for Q&A. 10 minutes. So in total, you have 15 minutes. Please let us take notes of that. Sharon, has anything changed? No, nothing has changed. It's still 5 minutes. 5 minutes for your pitches and 10. You got the wrong apple. I'm sorry. I have the pink sheets. So it's 5 minutes for your pitches. 5 minutes and then 10 minutes for your questions. Please let us take note of that. So within that time frame, I would believe that you make time and then stay within the allocated time. And so we would move in this order. Wobble Technologies, if you're ready. Wobble, I hope you are not having wobbly feet. I hope not. But Wobble Technologies, you have just 5 minutes. I hope my timekeeper is ready. And your 5 minutes starts now. Okay, so due to the graciousness of the organizers, we've increased pitch time to 10. Yes, so it's 10 minutes now for pitching. Right, let's take note of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Erica Joapia. I'm a co-founder and marketing and finance lead at Wobble Technologies Limited. At Wobble Technologies Limited, we manufacture climate-smart agricultural machines like rice threshers, grain winnowers, and others. And we sell these machines as well as use them to offer services to smallholder farmers. We are located in Kumasi, and our vision for the next 5 years is to service over 10,000 smallholder farmers in Ghana and across West Africa with our technologies. Now, I would like to take you on a very short journey to a rural community called Adansi Asarikrum. Meet Mamea, a 66-year-old smallholder farmer. Year by year, during harvest season, Mamea depends on manual way of threshing her rice with the help of her daughter, Ifua, who is supposed to be in school at that time. And after all the hard work, Mamea can barely feed her family or put her daughter back to school. Let's hear what Mamea has to say. I think there's something wrong with the sound. Yes, Mami's case is not a standalone. Over 1,000 smallholder farmers in Ghana and across West Africa depends on manual way of threshing. And by threshing, we are talking about a mechanism of separating grains from a harvested stock. And if you look at this bulky rice on field, depending on manual way of threshing, it takes so much time. The rice is left exposed, and when the final rice is milled, it has very discolorful, unappealing for any rice lover to buy. And Ghana and other West African countries, and even across Africa, loses up to 46% of their yield due to this challenge. And you'll be amazed to find out that Ghana imports over 60% of the rice that we consume locally, and that's worth over $560 million annually. And this is something we can actually work, because we have the lands, we have all the favorable conditions to be able to produce our rice locally and process as well. Now, this is what we are doing about this problem. We have manufactured a multi-stage rice thresher, and we use this thresher to offer threshing services to smallholder farmers as well as for sale. And to add to our threshers, we currently manufactured our first grain winnowers, which is also helping farmers clean their rice. This is how our threshing services works. When farmers harvest, we mount our threshers on a tricycle, we drive to the farmer's farm, and then we offer them the services, and they are charged 60 cedis per 140 kg bag. This is a 10-second demo of our thresher on the field. And this is the 140 kg bag they are being charged in. So the value we are offering farmers like Mamia is the chance to thresh their rice 30 times faster compared to if they are doing it manually, access to timely and efficient threshing services, and reduce their grain breakages to as low as 0.3%. Yes, we do realize there are other businesses on the market that is doing something like what we are doing. However, what makes us unique is the fact that our machines are very fast. It threshes approximately 1.2 tons per hour, threshes all rice varieties, being it wet or dry or whatever variety you have. And because we made it with the African conditions in mind, the machines are quite durable compared to the ones that are imported in the country. And when it comes to the energy aspect, farmers have the chance of saving up to 70% on their energy. Yes, the market for agric mechanization across sub-Saharan Africa is very huge. And for Ghana alone, it's worth about $560 million, and we are targeting 20% in the next 5 years. And it's estimated that this market will keep on growing 3.2% annually. This is how we make money. For our revenue model, we have two: the threshing services and the sale of machines. And for last year, 2024, we made approximately 66,000 Ghana cedis per machine, of which 38.5% was our profit. And for this year, as of today, our revenue stands at 121,000 Ghana cedis approximately, and our profit margin is around 38%. And our target is to hit 165,000 Ghana cedis. So this is what we've been able to do since we started. We've been able to service around 900 smallholder farmers, of whom 36% are female. Our machine has processed 993 tons of rice, created 58 direct employment, and helped farmers generate this amount of revenue. And we are currently at the final stage of getting a patent for our multi-stage rice thresher. This is how we are looking at growing. Our first one is finishing and completing our manufacturing, our workshop space, since we co-share a space at the moment. So after constructing, we are looking at training local fabricators on how to repair the machines, should they break down, failed, and other things. And the next one is sales and distribution. So beyond the services, we are looking at selling our machines to cooperatives, farmer associations, and going beyond just the threshing services or for selling, but to add leasing and other revenue modules. And then we are also looking at partnering with other institutions like NGOs, MOFA, to be able to send our solution just beyond the regions we are in to nationwide and to West Africa in the next 5 years. Yes, we do realize we have some up and down, some challenges in there, and these three are major challenges. The first one is the funding gap in terms of farmers' ability, smallholder farmers' ability to purchase this machine, and that is the reason we have the leasing, the services, and to selling to small farmer associations. The next one is the production delay, because we do not have our own space, so we have someone or two up and down there, and that is why we need to get our workspace. And the last one is the import competition. And to solve that, we are making sure our machines are durable, and so when farmers buy, they get what's worth their money, as well as other benefits. This is how our revenue is looking like in the next 3 years. So for 2026, we are looking at hitting a revenue of 739,000 Ghana cedis, of which 35% will be our profit. And that target is to service about 1,001 smallholder farmers. In 2027, 1.8 million. In 2028, 4.08 million Ghana cedis. And the target is to service 5,000 smallholder farmers. And the assumption is that we'll be increasing the number of machines we are selling next year from 8 units to 30 units in 2028, and through other means. Now, we are asking for $10,000 in the technology and product development grant. And this money is going to be apportioned into two key main areas. 88% to go into production, that is manufacturing 2 threshers and 1 scarecrow system. And 12% to go into technology integration and optimization. So the plan is to have our machines have GPS and IoT to be able to track its activities on the market, to be able to diagnose if there is any issue before the machine breaks down. And we are estimating to pay this amount in 2.5 years. That's 2 years, 6 months. And with the help of this grant, we'll be able to service additional 1,500 smallholder farmers, which will be able to increase their income. And our plan is to also create 16 new jobs, of which 50% will be women, and to cut down energy use by 70% by smallholder farmers that will be using or will be targeting at. And to conclude with okay, I can't go back. Okay, and by way of activities, these 8 SDGs are what we contribute to. The team behind FWIT Technologies Limited is quite passionate young individuals. We've all gone through this problem before, and combined as engineers, as growth marketers, as agricultural mechanization experts, we combine our experience to address this challenge. And these are the technical advisors we work with. Yes, I would therefore like to invite everyone to join us in sending this solution to other smallholder farmers in Ghana and across Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, FWIT Technologies, and she's made good use of her time. She still has about 36 seconds more. That is good. That is good. Please, let's acknowledge her. This is months of hard work, months of research, months of working hard, and here we are today with her pitch. Now, 10 minutes for questions from our esteemed judges. Any one of you can start, please. 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Zilda.
Thank you, Ajwa. Through the pitch, I saw you dwelt on your rice threshers more than the winnowers and the scarecrow, the smart scarecrow. One, I would want you to talk about the smart scarecrow in a minute. But before that, all your rice threshers, are they fabricated locally?
Yes, please.
And how many do you have now?
We have 3.
3.
Yes,
and that's how much work you're doing with the 3?
Yes, please.
Okay, and your ask is for how many more?
For 2 more threshers plus 1 smart scarecrow system.
Okay, can you touch on the smart scarecrow?
Yes, so the smart scarecrow system is basically a technology or a machine that we are looking at sending to smallholder farmers. So a lot of smallholder farmers complain of bird prey or predators. So what this bird does is when the rice is at that stage of hardening, when it's so soft like liquid, before it will grow, the birds feed on those grains. And when you mostly walk or go to rice farm, you could see that smallholder farmers depend on their children. So Saturdays or weekdays or something, the children will be in the farm like hooting away the birds, or some would resort into the netting system, which takes a lot of time and it doesn't even get the work done. So the scarecrow system, the smart scarecrow system, is something that the farmers who have on farm, they can control remotely at home, and then they'll be able to take care of these bird predators during its season. Yes, and it's currently in the design stage.
It's okay. Thank you. So before I get into my question, a follow-up to the question that you just responded to. Once the scarecrow is ready, ready to be introduced to the market, would it be affordable for the smallholder farmers you are targeting?
Yes. So the affordability aspects, the aim is to sell it to the farmer group in the field. So if you've been to a rice farm, you notice that the farms are very close. It could be a huge place, but you have about 100 smallholder farmers, each owning a piece of that land. So the idea is to sell it to those farmer groups so they can use that system at that time, because they mostly grow together, harvest together at the same time.
Thank you. To my question. As part of your plans for growth, you mentioned looking forward to targeting or to achieving market share of 20% in 5 years. Looking at what you've already been able to achieve, would you say that is attainable, and what is the value you put on the market?
Okay, so looking at what we've been able to achieve so far, I think it is possible for us to achieve that market share. And the reason is that if I use just the treasures, for example, one treasure in a year, it's bringing in about 66,000 Ghana cedis. So it means that the more machines we have, the more money, revenue that will come in. And when we have more revenue or more farmers we are serving, it means we are getting more share on the market. So that is very possible with funding coming in and all that. And the second question, I think it was a two-fold.
Yes. Your competitors. Who are your top competitors? Because
So,
remember, they're also growing as you are growing.
Yes, please. Our top competitors are Tech in Ghana, and then those who import machines locally from like China to Ghana. So those two. And out of them, we have BK Tree, who is a major importer of these machines.
Okay, thank you. So where is the business located?
We are located in Kumasi.
So who are the key stakeholder farmers that you are supplying to around those areas?
Okay, so the farmers we are currently supplying to are at Adansi Asarikrom in the Adansi South District, Ashanti region.
Okay.
Very close to New Edubiase. So we have, that area is, the district itself has like over 3,000 or like over 3,000 smallholder farmers there. So that's where our treasures are. And for the Renoa, we sent the first one, they actually paid for us to make it for them, a solar powered one to the farmers around Aveime in Volta region.
So from here to Aveime, that's a bit far. I'm looking at the cost. The second, don't worry, then let's look at what's happened to the waste after you do the treasuring. What happened to the waste? What is the value proposition?
So the value proposition, like, is a huge thing that we've thought about. We actually have a business around that, which we have not started going into that because of our facility is not ready. But the waste is just left on farm, and the farmers set fire in it, which could actually be repurposed into biochar, where the farmers can use back on their farm as a form of organic fertilizer, or as charcoal briquettes, where they can use as fuel to cook.
Yeah, that is what I expect you to also look at, because if you go and do all those treasures and those will become rubbish and they have to burn them, you know the impact on the environment and all those things. That is what you have to be looking at, because machine to them and they use it to do all those things, and the waste will be there and it will generate problem for the farmers again. Then it means that probably you are just getting them to get a rise and then you are not adding so much value to the waste. That's number one. Then two, what come about, what do you do with the packaging? After you've done those things, what happened to the packaging?
So we don't package rice. What we do is to offer the threshing services to the farmers. They go and do their mailing at a different place and they do the packaging themselves.
Okay, what are those who cannot afford to buy?
To buy the machines?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when our services come in. So we work with field workers during the threshing season. They take the machine to the field, they offer the services, and then the farmer are charged 60 cedis per 140 kg bag.
So more like you are renting it, kind of.
Yeah, okay, we can say renting, but we still keep the machine in our possession.
Okay. All right, that's fine. But I'm more concerned about the waste. Because after you've done those threshes and all those and it's there, it might be a problem. So you think about that one.
Yes.
Right.
So we've thought about that. The reason we've not started the waste one is because our facility is not ready. If we don't have any space to add repurpose those wastes, then yes, we've actually thought about that. Thank you, sir.
I have a question on your financials. Do you have historical financial data? Can you speak on them?
Okay, so historically, we started making money in 2022. And 2022, we made around 37,000 Ghana cedis. We had one machine, and it was the same machine we used in 2024 as well. But in 2024, we increased the amount per 140 kg bag that we charge from 40 cedis to 50 cedis in 2024. And hence, we got approximately 66,000 Ghana cedis. And this year, we have 3 machines. So, hence, the 121,000 Ghana cedis.
And how do you expect your cost to grow in line with the revenues? It might not be uniform. How do you expect costs to grow as you're expecting revenue to grow? It's not going to be uniform.
Yes, it's not going to be uniform. However, from how our operations has been and how we've studied our activities over then 2 years or 3 years now, we have noticed that our costing system will be around 60 to 60-something%. So that is the estimate that we go with. So if revenue is increasing, we are expecting that amount costing, and we are looking at better ways to cut down costs as well. I don't know.
That's
okay. Can you take me to your financial page?
The projection or the revenue?
The revenue. Okay, so this is in 2024, right?
Yes.
And then you were charging 50 cedis for 140 kg bag. And you were able to thresh 1,003. Okay.
36 of the 140.
How many have you done so far in 2025?
In terms of the bags.
Okay. Thank you, Aja.
Thank you very much, Erica from Wobble Technologies, sharing with us her innovative idea. And it's all thanks to Standard Chartered Bank, funded by the Standard Chartered Foundation, making this dream a reality for our Cohort 5 finalists. Thank you so much, Wobble Technologies. Please permit me to acknowledge some more dignitaries who have joined us this morning. We are honored to acknowledge Madame Pearl Isua Mensah. She's the Executive Director for the Ghana Climate Innovation Center. Please let's acknowledge her. Also a co-founder of the Executive Women's Network, I must add. Thank you so much, Madam Pearl, for joining us. Also with us is Jessica Boyfio. She's a director for the Center for Entrepreneurship at Ashesi. Do we have Jess here? Yeah, Jessica is with us. I'm sure she stepped out briefly, but thank you, Jess, for being with us. And of course, to our funders, a very big thank you to Esiedwa Adai, who is here with us. She's the head of corporate affairs, brands, and marketing at Standard Chartered Bank. Can we see Esiedwa wave? Yes, Esiedwa is at the back. Thank you so much for being with us. Now to our second presenter. And our second presenter, I like how simple it is. It sounds like a Methodist hymn number, but it isn't. There's LBH. We have LBH here. Okay, we'll skip. Much Care. Do we have Much Care? Please, let's acknowledge Much Care as she joins us with her presentation. And the rules still remain. 10 minutes for pitching and 10 minutes for Q&A. And that starts now. Best wishes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sufia Mensa Budua, and I'll be presenting on behalf of the Much Care Group. At Much Care, we believe that no pregnant woman should die of preventable causes, regardless of their status. And we are doing that by addressing critical challenges like data loss, mismanagement, and limited access to health records. Much Care improves continuity of care and also early risk detection and health outcomes for mothers and children, especially in underserved communities. Do you know that on the 22nd of August, City News reported that 232 mortalities were recorded in the Ashanti region alone? Why? Because the lack of a reliable system for maternal and child health record keeping, marked by shortages, misplacement, and mishandling of this booklet, and low participation in antenatal and postnatal care results in preventable maternal mortality and limits access to continuous quality care. Our fragmented system and poor data privacy and paper-based records in underserved communities cause environmental waste, risking preventable deaths. At Much Care, we have developed and designed a digital tool called Much Care Data Tool, which reimages how data is collected, stored, and accessed. We increase maternal and child appointment turn-ups by up to 98% through timely reminders and also easy reporting. We monitor growth, referrals, and immunization in pregnancy, delivery, and postpartum. Much Care is not a typical green business. However, in delivery of our services, we reduce up to 90% of manual paper consumption and also significant reduction in environmental footprint of the traditional healthcare delivery. In the community, we are effectively promoting maternal and child health outcomes and also our user-friendly solution that cater for accessibility needs, including language barriers in our community. This is a market overview. Our total available market stands at $199.1 billion US. Our serviceable available market stands at 49 million. And it's also projected to hit 46.1 in 2030, driving rapid growth and demand for digital maternal health solutions. And we are targeting $1 million of this market. Much Care is not the only people targeting or addressing maternal data loss. However, we outmust these companies when it comes to proper data collection and storage, accurate data privacy, prompt alerts, and also report collation and real-time tracking of pregnancy journey. Our growth strategy, we are implementing these growth strategies to grow product development, strategic partnerships, grant and impact investment, market penetration, and also geographical expansion. Our business models, we have the subscription tiers, that is the premium and the freemium. We have our SMS marketing, and also birth registration via our mobile app, and also leasing of tech infrastructures like laptops. Our traction as of today, we have 9 early adopters that are currently using MatchCare, but only 2 are paying for now. We have trained over 40 health professionals. We have mapped out 25 stakeholders, and also 3 partnerships has been secured. We have improved, through our solution, we have improved follow-ups, appointment of over 150 pregnant women. And also our revenue is over 10% margin per month. We have these projections for the next 5 years. 2025, we are piloting with two clinics and also grant supports. That brings us of a cost of $20,000 US, and we are running at a loss at $2,000. In 2025, we look to break even by onboarding 10 clinics plus securing an NGO contract with a cost of $50,000. And also in 2027, we are projecting a profit of $17,000 with 12 private clinics. In 2028, we are looking at $25 with government deals and also onboarding of 20 health facilities. In 2029, we are looking at 20 health hospitals plus an international partnership that will bring us to a profit of $26,000. For our ask, we are asking for a $10,000 US, which 30% will be allocated into a proof of concept activities and also 70% into tech product development. We are on the verge of developing our mobile app. We have the prototype. We will be developing the minimum viable product, and also we want to file for a patent and also test the MatchCare app. And we will be developing an AI-driven assistant to answer common questions in the pregnancy journey, and also add-on nutrition, health tips, API access for pregnant women, and also data migration services. We want to also develop that. Now, this team members has over 5 years of experience in their various fields. Myself as a digital marketing expert, Marian is a public health specialist, Shadrach and Joshua are solutions architects. They bring design thinking into reality. Now, I am calling on everyone in this room Pregnancy is already stressful. We don't want to add on to any stress. That is why we are calling on everyone in this room to join us fight maternal mortality, especially those that are preventable. Thank you.
Thank you very much to MatchCare for that brilliant presentation. And when I saw this book, it took me back to my antenatal days. I'm sure mothers here can relate. All right, thank you. Now to our judges. The good news is that she was able to stay within the 10 minutes. She actually, used just 8 minutes for her presentation. And I think you women are doing well. Are doing well. Right, to our judges, 10 minutes starts now.
Okay. So I'm struggling to find out what the real problem that you are trying to solve. It has to do with the fact that the women are not attending antenatal, or the fact that they are using paper and you want to move away from the paper?
So the problem is in underserved communities, this booklet, they don't supply much, which alternatively, the midwives photocopy this, or they use papers and cardboards to collect and store maternal data. Now, another problem is there are low turnout for antenatal appointments. And also, there are no accurate data tracing. When I say data tracing, when I go to hospital A and they record me here, when I'm being transferred to hospital B, there are no follow-ups, accurate follow-ups for hospital A to see that, or follow up and see that you have actually reported there. And also identifying high-risk pregnancies. When a pregnancy is high risk, like abnormal BP or anything that can harm pregnancy, when it is recorded in this booklet, there are nothing showing, there are no follow-ups, there are no indicators that this person is actually high risk.
So hold on. So we have a limited time. So how does your solution, how does your business proposition solve this problem? Or maybe just one of them. That's what I want to understand.
Yeah. So Much Care is a digital version of this. It's able to accurately store maternal data and also accurately reimages.
Okay, no problem. Let me add the next one. So don't you think that the problem with our people, some of our women, is not the fact that they don't want to go, but the fact that they don't see the need for going for antenatal, but not necessarily the fact that the booklet is there and then because it's recorded in the book. Because I was born way back in the early 80s, but I can assure you that my mother has that booklet right now. But at the time, she doesn't see the need why she go for antenatal, except that somebody tells her that, okay, you have to do this and do that and do this. So that's what I'm struggling to know. What is your business? What problem is your business solving? And then again, are you partnering with individual hospital or with government institution, and how are you going to do that to get your work done? I'm struggling to get that one also clear.
Yes, so we are dealing with all health facilities. Once you are offering antenatal services, we are partnering with both private and government hospitals.
You know that the data that the person will give to you is a private data. So what agreement do you have with government to take a patient data on private business? Because my wife is coming for antenatal, then you just come in and say, well, I need your data, and I put it in somewhere and all this. What's private data privacy and all this? How do you keep that?
We don't deal with the software. We do give the software to the hospitals, just like you going for your normal appointment. The midwife attends you. So we don't have access to your data. The midwife does.
So you sell your solution to the hospital?
Yes.
On the financials, you make about 10% every month. Is that what you are saying? Or you're anticipating that you make 10%? As of today, you are projecting that you make about how much in a year? 20,000. What is the revenue? 4,000 for 2025.
Yeah, these are just projections. Yes. Yes.
You do 4,000 2025. How much have you done so far? Today we are in October.
Yeah. So currently we have 2 hospitals that are paying for our services, even though we have other health facilities that are using the premium version. We have only 2 that are paying.
How does the 2 translate into money? How much? Because I'm looking at your projection, 4,000. So if today we are in October, about 3 months to go, how much do you have today?
We have about 4,000.
You are doing 4,000 for the year. How much? If you don't have that data, don't worry. If you don't have it, just tell me that you don't have it, then we move.
Yeah, I don't
have that one. Okay. I'm fine. They're out there.
Thank you very much. Michael has asked a lot of questions. And which year did Much Care start operating?
2021.
2021. Do you have any data on your revenue and cost as from 2021?
Well, the previous years, we just started making revenue late this
Okay, so you've been incurring costs, would I say, you've just been spending, was it a pilot or something? What were you doing?
Yes, we were piloting
And even for 2025, these are projections.
yes.
How many facilities are you engaged with as at now?
9.
9 facilities. Are they hospitals, clinics, or what?
Yeah, both. We have government hospitals and clinics as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Still on this slide, based on your interactions with the clinics who are currently piloting your solution and possibly the other users you would like to engage, is the price of 4,000 per year an amount they are willing to pay as for annual subscription, or are you going to factor in changes?
Yes, we'll be factoring changes depending on the ability of the hospital. We are doing that. We are demarcating the hospitals into private and government. Reason being that private hospitals have the resources and can pay for that, and then the government also are doing that. Yeah, so we will be factoring those.
Thank you. And I know you started off explaining that this is a solution that would be beneficial to underserved communities. But from where we stand today, it looks like it will take a while before this solution reaches the communities that you would like to target in terms of impact. How long will it take?
Well, we are actively working and we are partnering with some organizations like UNICEF, take this the next level. So I should say that we are working. We are working to bring, so hopefully a year or we should be able to come up.
Are you actively engaging UNICEF, or
Yes.
is it an organization? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And also the Ministry of ICT from Rwanda, we are having some engagement which they are bringing in funding. So all these organizations are helping us to implement this.
One more question. In terms of your team, how do you envision your team growing, and what are your plans for hiring to fill in new roles that you might need for, let's say, next year and the years after?
So we are actively recruiting sales and marketing agents that will help us reach our target of maybe 20 health facilities before the year ends. This is actually happening now. We are open for that. And also, we are bringing a lot of expertise on board to help bring this vision a reality.
Thank you. Sorry, following up on your response. This means you would need to have cash to be able to support your activities you just mentioned. And since you're not really making much revenues, how are you filling that gap?
So as I mentioned earlier, we have agencies like UNICEF Ghana and also the Ministry of ICT from Rwanda that are partnering with Much Care.
Thank you.
On the environment,
we are reducing paper consumption to up to 90%, and also carbon dioxide emission from transportation to health facilities.
the pregnant woman is supposed to be examined. So why won't she go to the facility? How was that? How is it that going to affect her? Because I'm supposed to go to the facility and examine me.
So,
so I think it's time. Thank you so much. Please acknowledge Much Care. Unfortunately, you do not have the opportunity to answer that question, but I guess the judges have made their decision. Thank you so much, Machke. Oh my goodness, it's getting hot in here. Are you anxious? You are. That tells you the caliber of judges we have. Well experienced, and they are listening. And they are ready to, ask the very relevant and salient questions. Well, to our next presenter. Our next presenter is from Gogo Plus. And if you're wondering what Gogo Plus is, just as I am equally wondering what it is, please let us make welcome Gogo Plus as she joins us with her presentation. And have our attention the next 10.
Good morning. My name is Gift Yosei, co-founder of GoGo Plus. At GoGo Plus, we are optimizing pharmacy operations and empowering patients to get access to the essential medicines that they need. Imagine a mother visiting the hospital with her sick child. After seeing the doctor, she gets a prescription. Unfortunately, the pharmacy at the hospital does not have what she was prescribed. So she begins her search, moving from one nearby pharmacy to another. After about an hour of searching, she settles for an alternative medicine that a pharmacist tells her works very similar to what she was prescribed. Meanwhile, just about 6 kilometers from where she stands, the exact medicine she was prescribed is sitting on the shelf of a pharmacy. And the manager is worried that if no one comes in to buy, that medicine will expire and become their loss. This is happening on a daily basis. There are over 31 million outpatient visits in hospitals annually in Ghana, and these are constantly generating prescriptions. 7 out of every 10 of patients that visit the hospital have to search for their medicine. And they are spending an average of 2 hours per prescription just searching for medicine. While this is happening, pharmacies are also losing an average of 57,000 Ghana cedis every year due to expired medicine, and an additional 7,500 Ghana cedis per month on sales they have lost because they didn't have what the patient walked in to buy. This is where GoGo Plus comes in. On one side, we are providing pharmacies with a complete pharmacy management system that helps them manage their entire operations and also get insight on what to stock and when to stock those medicines. On the other hand, we are providing patients with a mobile application that allows them to search across our multiple pharmacy networks and find what they need, compare prices, and then purchase the medicine that they need. GoGo Plus is not just a medicine delivery application. We are solving both sides of the problem for the pharmacies and for the patients as well. Our business is built on technology. We are using geolocation to ensure that patients are finding medicines in pharmacies that are closest to them. Also, we are using secure data encryption and cloud hosting to make sure that pharmacies have access to their operations anytime, anywhere. We've incorporated AI functionality into our pharmacy management system to predict harmful drug interactions as the pharmacist is dispensing medicine to the patients. And also, we have AI-enabled sales forecasting for the pharmacies. There are over 3,000 pharmacies in Ghana alone and 31 million outpatient visits that are constantly generating prescriptions. And the African market for pharmacies and pharmaceutical products is worth 45 billion, projected to be worth 45 billion by 2030, and there is an annual increase of 6 to 8%. There are other competitors in this market. However, unlike our competitors, GoGo Plus provides a complete solution both for pharmacies and for the patients. We are the only solution that has real-time AI drug interaction checks for harmful interactions, and we also provide a pharmacy network for patients to search across pharmacies using the application. Our business model is simple and scalable. Pharmacies pay a monthly subscription fee of 180 cedis to 350 cedis, depending on the features that they have access to and the size of their pharmacy. We also charge a 10% commission on all orders that go through our mobile application. And in the future, we see ourselves giving consulting services to organizations who want to know trends about medicine access and medicine usage. We just completed our early market testing, and we currently have 4 pharmacy partners, and together these pharmacy partners have over 20 branches of pharmacies in Accra. 3 of our pharmacy partners are receiving orders from our mobile application, which has the 170 registered app users, and our one other pharmacy partner, who is a wholesale pharmacy, has used our pharmacy management software to sell their medicine to other retail pharmacies, and they have processed over 250,000 Ghana cedis worth of sales with the software. With a steady increase in year 5, we project to have an annual revenue of 1 million Ghana cedis. And this is based on the assumption that we are going to increase our customer acquisitions for both pharmacies and registered app users on a 30% increase year-on-year basis. The team that is going to drive this growth consists of Cloto, who is our business development lead with over 7 years experience working with startups, and Stanley Osei is our marketing lead, also with over 10 years experience marketing startups. Our strategic advisor is Kwame Sapon-Esiedu, with over 3 decades of experience in pharmaceutical supply chain, both in Ghana and in the UK. And I am Gifty Osei, with 8 years experience in software engineering and AI research in health. Meet Charita. Charita is a client. She is a worker and also a caregiver for her grandfather. And since she registered for our app in June this year, she has purchased over 2,600 Ghana cedis worth of medicine. As a business, this is the type of impact we want to increase. And we want to send this service to more patients and more caregivers like Charita. We want to increase our patient adoption and expand our pharmacy network. And to do this, we need to strengthen our operations to support this growth and scale. And that is why we are seeking $10,000 to strengthen our technology and to prove that this concept will work at scale after our initial market testing. With this, we hope to achieve 2,000 app registered app users and 200 pharmacies at the end of 2026. 75% of the funds we receive will go into improving our cloud infrastructure, scaling our database, and advancing and improving our AI models. And 25% will go into making sure we are compliant with the Data Protection Commission and also have a third-party audit our system. With this funds and with our 200 projected pharmacies on board, we are going to reduce drug expiry by 40%, and with that, save our pharmacy partners over 2 million Ghana cedis annually. If our patients are not searching and using transportation to search for medicine, we are going to reduce carbon emissions by 70 tons, and our revenues are also going to increase with our 2,000 users and 200 pharmacies to over 400,000 Ghana cedis. So, at this time, we are seeking everyone to help us to build sustainable medicine access. Thank you.
Thank you, Gifty. How does the medicine get to the users?
Okay, so now we do deliveries. So when the order comes in, the pharmacy verifies it, and then we get either Yango or Bolt to do the deliveries. These are the same delivery methods that the individual pharmacies are currently using to deliver medicine.
Okay. I see you quoting losses to that to that height and stuff like that. What is the source of your data? Where did you get that information?
Okay, so we have two sources of that data. The first is secondary data, which we got from reports from the Pharmacy Council and the Chamber of Pharmacy. And we've also been able to verify that with our one pharmacy wholesale partner. We see the expiries they have and the medicines that are expiring, and they correlate with that information.
And you're currently working with 4 main pharmacies?
Yes.
And their branches?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. In terms of scaling up, beyond the funding that you are pitching for, what would it take for you to grow to serve a lot of the big name pharmacies we are seeing who receive or who get lots of patients coming in?
Okay, so beyond this funding, we are actually also seeking $150,000 to scale beyond our 2,000 registered patients and 200. That will enable, because these big pharmacies, they already have huge operations. So getting them to come onto the platform will require a lot of support for them, especially in the very first months that they transition to our platform. So the $150,000 will help us to achieve that with giving customized support to them and then scaling more to accommodate this.
Thank you. And I'm sure they would also like to see certifications. I saw you have data protection on there.
Yes, exactly. So we need, as soon as possible, we need to register with the Data Protection Commission, and that would validate us to scale. Right now, we are just testing, so we could do that. Even though we are ensuring security by using encryption, we still need to protect our customer data. So that is something like the very next step for us. Yes.
Is it purely app or you have USSD?
Yes, so this is purely app-based.
So how do you include our uneducated people to access this? Because somebody went to the hospital and then the person is not used to this app and all those things, but the person really wants the medicine. How do you get them included?
Yes, so as a team, we've actually been thinking about this to include a USSD section that will still connect to our APIs to get access to the medicines. However, we started with the app because we are looking at Accra. We started here in Accra, and the USSD will be used in more remote areas. So that is why we started with the app to test how the adoption would be like.
The commission, is it 10%?
Yes.
10% on which value? Is it the price of the medicine?
Yes, so it's 10% on the price of the medicine, but from the pharmacy.
1.5 million in the next 5 years, is it cumulative, or you are looking at that particular year, you make 1.6 million? I saw about 1.6 million.
Yes, so what we are in year 5, if I could go back. Yes, so in year 5, the 1.5 million is based on both commissions from 3,000 active users who are, the projection or assumption is that they are going to be making monthly requests for 250, an average of 250 Ghana cedis worth of medicine for 3,000 registered app users, as well as the subscriptions for the pharmacies that are on board. So the 1.6 is for both the commissions and then the subscriptions.
So it's not cumulative. That's the actual figure you are expecting.
Yes, in the year.
And what's the ownership structure of the business? What is your share?
My share is 70%.
All right, thanks.
Thank you so much. Please let's acknowledge GoGo Plus. Thank you so much for your innovation and for doing us the honors in presenting it. And I'm picking a lot from these pitches. One thing I'm picking up is that these are already existing businesses. They are already operating. And they need that big push, if I want to use that word, the big ask, that is the $10,000 to upskill their businesses and to impact society on a larger scale. And I think that is really commendable. Let us applaud all our pitchers this morning. Thank you for your ingenuity and your innovations. We still have about 7 more pitches to go. Are we in for that? We are, absolutely. And so to our next pitcher, we would welcome Anansi Learning as they take us through how their creativity is going to help solve issues in the country. And she also has just 10 minutes for that presentation. But let me also keep thanking our partners for making this happen. Thank you so much to the Chartered Bank Foundation and to, of course, our Ghana Climate Innovation Center, as well as Ashese and to Village Capital. Thank you all for making this happen. And your 10, I'm sure your heart was beating. That's not part of your 10 minutes. Your 10 actually starts now. Best wishes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mansa, and I'm the founder of Anansi Learning. It's my painter here. So this journey really started. This journey really started with realizing the gap in creating culturally relevant materials and digital tools for children. So it just started with this curiosity. I was looking for products to buy for children. I was curating products at the time, and I realized it was mostly foreign products. So that's how the journey started. But then as we did some more research, we realized it wasn't just the lack of reading culture or the educational materials, which we didn't have a lot of. It was also a literacy issue. And so we realized that a lot of children, 8 to 9%, can't read basic text by age 10. And 6 out of 10 in Ghana were lacking foundational reading skills. And so we realized that it was a complex problem, and so we would have to be intentional about what we are solving. And so we decided to go to the master of storytelling to run our solution through him. Now we are weaving a web where each of the 8 legs of the spider, we have given a domain. So from architecture, cuisine, design, history, and the like, the idea is that we will create products based on these topics and to get children to understand that learning is a web. It's not just something that you read, it's not static. And we know once it's enlivened for them, it makes it easy. And we also wanted them to see themselves in their stories. So you can see the little girl here. She's seeing that reading can take her to another, reading can take her to different worlds that she's not even been to. And so that's how we started. Now, we looked at the structure and we decided that we will not just do physical books, but we are doing offline first with workbooks, posters, flashcards, and the like, integrated with a digital adventure. So in that case, for our future books, we would have a QR code where you would go directly online to continue the adventure. And the online would be different extensions because, as we said, we are letting them see reading as a web and learning as a web and not something that is static. So in our ecosystem, we decided that instead of the Anansi and his regular family, we decided to reimagine Anansi. And he's called Oluman Bugi Anan. And he has 3 children. Mansa is a lioness, and she is a ticklish lioness, left-handed. And she is building the strong foundations through the books, posters, and the workbooks. Anansiwa is the one who sparks creativity through prompts, challenges, and interactive case studies. And Brimpong, our bear, who loves food, is also the connector. So he helps you ground what you've learned in real life. So what you've learned in class, how do you ground it in real life? That is Brimpong's job. The idea is that these animals would bring to life learning. And who knows, in the future, we may get other animals in the web. So who we are serving, we are building for the child who lives between worlds, whether in Ghana or the diaspora. We are looking at children who also want to see themselves in what they learn. So you'll see that in some of our products, if it's days of the week, we have it not just in English, but in Asante, in Zima, and the like. As of now, we have 8 languages that we are working with when it comes to days of the week, months of the year, and the like. And so that is a child that we are building for. And then we are also serving parents, guardians, and schools in Ghana and across the diaspora who want their children's learning to reflect where they come from. I know right now there's a multiplicity of curriculums. So sometimes you ask yourself, so where does the Ghanaian culture stand? And so we want to be the ones that root the child in their Ghanaian culture. Now, this works. We know it works because we have reached out to countless educators and parents, gotten their feedback even as we are creating. We have had some repeat purchases from schools and families. We have the chance to do ongoing school readings and partnerships. And what the school readings do is that even when the book has not come out, sometimes we use it as a test and ask them questions. And with that, we use it to design or refine what we've already created. And we know our work is in alignment with Agenda 2063, as well as selected SDG. Now, our products are in the process of NACA assessment because we are not just serving international schools. We want to make sure that we do also get into the public school space. And as of now, our revenue streams, we are selling our physical products, our workbooks, and the like that I've shared here. And our next growth stream is the digital learning app, which we are calling our Tontan Universe. Now, this would have a premium model with premium unlocks, a freemium model with premium unlocks. Yes. So we looked at the total market and where we sit in between. Looking at the learners using our sources, we know that this is our total addressable market, and the sum sits in between $86 to $88 million, and the sum for us, $3.2 million. So that's 3 to 4% of the learner share. Yes. Oh, this didn't come. Okay. So, in terms of the projected growth, as of now, we had made 2,000, hold on, sorry. Just a minute. Oh. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as of now, we have made $1,200, and we are looking at growing in the next couple of years. I'm sorry, this is not showing, so I'll go to the end, and hopefully by the time I'm done, it would have been rectified. Yes. So this is our ask. We call it Anansi Learning today, we are saying. We are sending Anansi. We are exporting the Ghanaian culture. Now, we are looking at the website design. We've already started building, we have one that we are built for now. I'll share the link that we are working on to serve for this purpose. We are looking at design and development, e-commerce. We want to make it easy for other people from outside the country to also be able to purchase our product. And then the second is the mobile app for the Tontan Universe app. We are looking at this amount will cover the planning and research, UX, UI, backend development, server, and the like. The third thing on our list, because of the nature of what we are doing, is also to look at IP and compliance in terms of the products that we've created and the characters. And for marketing and visibility as well, we've allocated some amount to that. So that is our total ask. Yes. So this is the incredible team that we get to build with. That's the creative team, Bismarck and Maxlin. And then Ernest is going to handle the software, including our app and our website. And Michael is our technology consultant. And then we are also working with Ajamasa Coleman, who is our sustainability advisor and who helps us to assess the products that we've created to make sure that the content itself has the sustainability elements you are promising, and then also the user of paper to make sure that right from the beginning of the process to the end, we are being as sustainable as we are saying. Yesterday, we were able to get a cultural advisor on board, Professor Kwesi Ampene, Professor of Ethnomusicology at Tufts University, because he also writes books rooted in Asante culture. And one of the things we also want to do is that the books that we write, they are accurate, the spellings are accurate. So he is one of the people that we are looking out for. And we'll also add some more cultural advisors. And then I am the founder and chief product officer, and I have over 6+ years of experience in education and product management. Yes. So this is a selection of our posters and books. And yeah, so this is the mock-up of the websites that we want to build. Thank you. So I'll go, I wanted to go to the finances. I'm able to do it now. Oh, sorry. Oh. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anansi Learning, thank you very much. Your books, are you selling them to the general public?
Yes.
Have you considered selling it through our school systems, as in Ghana Education Service, or?
Yes, so that was the first point of call, which was going to NACA, and is currently being reviewed so that we have a larger reach. So we will finish with them this week, and then they continue with the assessment and then give feedback. But we've already started talking to them.
Okay, and you're looking at only Ghana for now, or?
We are starting with Ghana, and then we will grow.
Okay. So far you've done you've earned $1,200.
Yes, please.
As from 2024 to date.
Yes, ending of 2024 to date, we had some challenges. We wanted to secure an office. We're working on our inventory and other things. So now it's been sorted, so we can get right back to work.
Okay. And you're projecting that by end of 2026, you should have done $8,000.
Yes, please.
Now let's go to your sum. You're looking at is it $2 million?
Yes, it was $3.2 million. Yes.
Okay. How do you intend to get there? How did you come by that?
Okay, so we did. So we assessed. We looked at not just physical, but digital product, the digital space in which we can live, and we know that is a very vibrant space. Look at YouTube and the like. So we know it's a huge market. So we looked at the feasible number that we could get if we were to peg our premium at, let's say, is it $20 per year? So that's the calculation that we did. We did it based on the products we have and how we are pricing it now. And we know, so it's why if you see the projections with time, the digital also rises because we know that has become more popular with time. So that's why we are using these characters and trying to craft stories and other things around them so that digitally too we have a stronger presence, so that it's not just the physical books that we are working with.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
roles that you expect to fill soon, apart from the one that you just...
Yes.
How are you going to go about it? And as you answer that question, I also have a question about how you're managing to cover your expenses so far.
Okay, thank you. So for the roles, we have already spoken to an accountant that we hope to bring on board, and we are trying to come to an agreement and the like. So we're already in the process. For the business development coordinator, we're looking at either in the capacity of an intern for now, as we are quite a small team. So that is how we are going about, just because we need to manage the finances. In terms of the revenue and the like, we realize, and in general, when you buy books in bulk, the prices are better. So we have been able to secure about 7,000 books now. So that makes it easy for us, and we know that once we sell, we'll be able to get more from that. The issue before was because we're buying on a smaller, yes, it was quite expensive, but now we've reached the sweet spot where the prices are better. And we know with time, as we scale, we'll be able to get better pricing. Thank you.
So let me get it again. Maybe you said it, but I didn't get it right. How does this portray a Ghanaian culture?
The Ghanaian culture? Yes. So, do you want me to use any of the products to explain? Yes. So we have different products. So our A to Z, I don't know if it's in there. We were tired of seeing A is for Apple. So our A is for Ahinema. Our K is for Kente. So we make sure that each of the products that we create has Ghanaian elements that children can identify with. And then I also mentioned the language, in which right now we are working with 8 local languages. We are using the Bureau of Ghana Languages, their books as a reference. So if it is Gonja or Dagbani, we have months of the year, days of the week, not just in the English, but in those languages. So we are also working on translating others, but it's one step at a time.
Have you happened to check the Ghana education policy on this stuff? Because today, because of the education system, we go strictly by what is in the curriculum, and I wouldn't bother myself to be learning something that is not there, unless on vacation where maybe I need to learn more, or people who are very conscious on their children learning typical Ghanaian culture, Ghanaian languages. Have you thought of that one? And what is the country's position or the education position on some of these things?
So that's where the NACA came in, where we've already sent the bulk of our books. We are sending the remaining this week for it to be assessed. And when I spoke to the officer at the time, that was this week, he was saying that some of the books can fit into the creative arts. So when we do create, we do look at what is in the curriculum, but we intersperse it with interesting and other things that they may not really know about. So, for example, when we started doing our research, you see 40 amazing trailblazers in Ghana. We realized that there's someone like Saka Akwe who is not being mentioned at all. And he started folk opera. And it's not something that you always see in the mainstream curriculum. So we are not just looking at what is in the curriculum, we are trying to enrich it. Another example is Alero Olympio, who was one of the propounders of, one of those who started sustainable architecture in Ghana. Not much known about them. So the idea is that we look at what is already there, then do additional research so that you know that whatever we are bringing is extra. So that's why we are also looking at that. We've also been to St. Louis. We know that they've started creating content for secondary and they will come to primary school. So we are keeping tabs on what is going on also at the national level so that when it is time for us to contribute or once our books have been assessed, we know that, because that is what they said, that if you want us to work with you, you have to get the NACA assessed. So that's where we are at now.
I also suggest, it's just a suggestion to you, there is a data that some of the Ghanaian languages are missing out in the curriculum and in the country. I'll give you a typical example. Today, even Gandangwe Council are trying to sponsor students to go and learn Ga to come and teach in their community. They end up going to do English and then go and teach English instead of Ga. So I would suggest that identify some of this community where, in quote, they claim that their language is missing out, and then try to come out with something like this and then sell it through the traditional council. And then even if it's not in the curriculum, they will be able to embrace it because they know you are selling out their languages. So this is just a suggestion I'll give to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Anansi Lenin for taking us through your initiative. and taking us through what we could do. Is it a gift? Your samples, are they a gift? You can gift some. I hope that doesn't, translate into bribery. Just to be fair, we won't give it out. We don't want to start influencing the judges. And so we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. But I hope we'll find Obake in there. I don't say, I hope we'll find Obake in there. All right. On this note, I think we all deserve a break. I mean, it's been about 1 hour. I know you say no because you're anxious to prepare, but hey, we need to stretch. We need to stay healthy. Yes, so we would have to take a quick 10 minutes coffee break. Just 10 minutes, please. And when we come back, we would have Tem Aid. Tem Aid, be on standby. You are our next presenter. But first, let's do the 10 minutes. Okay, because of time, we'll restrict it to 5. The good news is you can actually take it and come and sit down, and then we continue with the program. So just 5 minutes, and it starts now. Please stretch, say hi to somebody, grab.
We're extremely passionate about supporting women and especially
My
supporting
name is
female-owned
Abdulaira
businesses, which is why we
I'm
started
the
Future
programs
Makers Women
manager
Tech program.
here at Upcyclers. Our journey began in 2019 when our founders joined a hackathon and they discovered the shocking truth behind e-waste in Ghana. They discovered that Abuboloshi was one of the biggest e-waste markets in West Africa. And with this discovery also came with the knowledge of the economic potential that holds for us and what that means for us as a people, because 90% of people in the Abuboloshi market were Northerners. This brought about the question, why do we need to go there when we have the solution right here with us? That brought about the idea of Upcyclers, where we intend to use e-waste and leverage on technology, community engagement, and data analysis to create value for people in the communities and also empower people. We have a platform that makes pickup very easy and convenient. On this platform, individuals and businesses can request for a pickup with a few clicks. Then we pick up the e-waste and bring it to our warehouse. With the support of GCIC, we are currently working on a more robust platform powered by AI. This will help connect local recyclers, businesses, and off-takers, and also promotes a sustainable environment and a circular economy.
So we are really pleased at the progress that we have made as a bank in supporting female entrepreneurs over the last 4 years. We started this journey in 2020, and to date we have been able to incubate 74 women-led businesses, ensuring that they are adequately equipped with the skills and training for success. And we have seen, like I've already shared, a lot of great innovations come out from the beneficiaries. Beyond that, we've also given out $210,000 equivalent in Ghana cedis to 21 businesses for them to be able to scale up their businesses. And we've seen that all of the beneficiaries of this program have gone on to become champions of women in tech businesses. They've also become, we have an alumni network for them, for which they get speaking opportunities, they buddy each other. They've also gone on to speak at global events. And so we see the impact not only in Ghana, but we see it globally as well.
The grant from Standard Chartered Bank will help us in the continuous development of our product, which is Ayat. Ayat is a digital marketplace powered by AI that is aimed at connecting recyclers, businesses, and off-takers to trade e-waste. The grants will enable us to purchase tricycles that will enhance our operations and logistical movements. The grant would also help us expand our advocacy programs to more communities.
Upcyclers plays a significant role in ensuring that these waste materials, instead of being dumped in the environment, are handled properly and sold to the necessary people who need them.
We would like to say a very big thank you to GCIC and Standard Chartered Bank for this training and the grant to scale our operations. And I will recommend this program for every female entrepreneur out there who is into tech and entrepreneurship to apply.
My name is Emanuela Khadija Todman, and I'm the co-founder of Dr. Do Good. Dr. Do Good is a health tech. What we are doing is making it easy for you to be able to access healthcare, primary healthcare specifically. We are doing that leveraging on technology. Currently, we have a mobile and web-based app that gives you access to over 200 healthcare providers. So they range from PAs, GPs to specialists. We also have 43 healthcare facilities on that as well as wellness centers. So wellness centers like gyms and spas. So what basically inspired Dr. Do Good was personal experiences. I was diagnosed with adenomyosis a few years back, and my co-founder, who had recently moved to Nigeria at the time, was having difficulties finding the right specialist. So my co-founder and I were working together at a different company. We got talking and realized that we had a common problem. So we put our heads together and decided to solve it for ourselves, and now it's out there for everybody else. We've been able to significantly help most of our users. We currently have a diabetes management program where we provide the tools and resources for diabetics, their caregivers, as well as pre-diabetics on how to manage the condition, right? So we provide education on what to eat, how you live, so wellness, workouts, basically everything that covers, like management of the condition, and then also access to the healthcare provider.
So Dr. Do Good is a versatile healthcare app, and what they seek to do as well is to link users of the app to a diverse network of health providers, and they serve individuals of all ages, including young adults, older generation, and they offer flexibility with a virtual facility, home consultation, ensuring accessible healthcare. Additionally, the platform delivers prescribed medications directly to users' doorsteps.
Being part of the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program has influenced my growth, my personal growth as a person and my personal growth as a founder. The program gives you the platform to validate what you are building, right? And as part of the winners of this particular cohort, winning alone didn't, it's not just about the grants, it's about the fact that, you are being seen, like what I'm doing is being seen, it's valid, and like it deserves to be funded. As part of the winners and also as part of a member of the cohort, I would say one of the things that we benefited from is meeting other people in the cohort. So partnerships, speaking to other founders, getting to know, now you are not just, if you're facing an issue, it's not just you know other founders. It's like a community, it's like your little tribe.
Dr. Do Good is in the healthcare space and has used technology to make service delivery in terms of healthcare consultation very flexible. as well as offering drug deliveries from prescriptions by the doctors.
I definitely will recommend the SCW IT program to like other female founders. Not just because of the grants that you would potentially win. I mean, that's like the most important part. But the fact that it puts you out there, it gives you the opportunity to meet other founders. Entrepreneurship is like a very lonely journey. So the fact that you meet other people, have your own little community, like builds that potential for partnership, for collaboration. I mean, if I'm looking for like somebody who is probably in law tech, I know someone I can call. If I'm looking for someone in femtech, I know someone I can call. All because of that little community that we had. My name is Emanuela Khadija.
Next presentation, let us make welcome STEM Aid as she joins us with her creativity. And the rules still remain. You have 10 minutes for your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adoma Nyako from STEM Aid Africa Limited. Today, I'm going to take you through something very exciting: how STEM Aid is reshaping the future of African children through hands-on 21st century education. Meet 13-year-old Mariam. We met Mariam during one of our outreach programs, and her energy was something else. She's curious, hungry to learn, and dreams of becoming a civil engineer. Mariam told us how much she loves math, loves to discover new technology, and learn how things work around her. Here's the thing, Mariam is one of the lucky ones. She's met STEM Aid, that's fueling her curiosity and building up her skills for tomorrow. Many African children with potential like Mariam never get to experience this or fully realize their dreams. The stark reality. According to the World Bank, Africa needs more than 2.5 million engineers to successfully tackle its developmental challenges. As it stands, less than 25% of African students are currently enrolled in STEM fields, with only 30% of that being women. A closer look at the two figures on my left also indicate that in Ghana, we have less than 20% of women graduating from engineering and science fields, while less than 10% of our women are actively pursuing and participating in engineering. This low participation and weak pipeline to STEM is as a result of a lack of awareness of the various opportunities available to people in STEM fields, inadequate resources and infrastructure across Africa, and a low number of qualified, well-engaged, and well-equipped teachers who can impart knowledge. Africa needs a STEM revolution. Currently, we can see how much automation, AI, and IoT devices like your smart watches, your smart TVs, and your smart home devices are driving the fourth industrial revolution. We also know that countries with high STEM human capital are more competitive, more productive, and experience a high economic growth. The African Union's Agenda 2063 also indicates that STEM education is the fast track to Africa's development, and STEM Aid is determined to be at the forefront of this. Enter the STEM Aid Kit, STEM Aid's solution to Africa's revolution. The STEM Aid Kit is not only a STEM tool or STEM toy. It's a complete experience designed to give children like Mariam the tools and resources that they need to tackle tomorrow's challenges. We are project-based. It's hands-on, builds creativity, critical thinking, and confidence, and also removes the access barriers that many African children face in this space. We're practical-based. Think of it this way. a teacher asked a student, "What's the definition of osmosis?" Now, instead of the student to give this long, windy definition that we always hear, refers to X, Y, and Z, semi-permeable membrane, the student now decides to say, osmosis is what happens when you prepare jollof or seasoned chicken. This demonstrates that you understand the material and shows a practical application of what has been taught. This is the exact ethos of STEMaid. Our kits are 100% practical, interactive, and fun. And with over 200 projects, children like Marian learn robotics, coding, and engineering while doing. Our business model is simple. Our kits go for 400 CDs each. Our in-house training programs like the STEMaid Vacation Program is 1,800 a month. And our school partnerships is 300 CDs per student per term. The demand is huge. Currently, the demand for STEM kits is $452 billion globally, with $195 billion of that being serviced. STEMaid is targeting 1% of this. And we hope to achieve this by establishing a strong base in Ghana and also leveraging our partnerships with organizations like UNICEF, MasterCard Foundation, MEST, and now Standard Chartered, Ashesi, and GCIC to expand across Africa. Most STEM kits in Ghana are imported, expensive, and lack a local context. Our STEMaid kits are affordable, culturally relevant, and do not require additional infrastructure like internet or science labs to get you started. We are your local experts, and that is our edge. To date, we have impacted over 10,000 students, sold close to 4,000 kits, and piloted in 7 countries. Our goal this year is to double our unit sales from last year, increase our profit margins by 50%, which we have done by increasing our price from 350 to 400 CDs a kit, and also to reduce our production costs by 25% this year, by the end of this year. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, what's going on? Okay. If everything goes well, we should be profitable by the end of this year and scale up the next following years after that. We are compliant with about 5 of the UN's SDG goals, which is goal 1, 4, 5, 8, and 10. Looking forward, STEMaid is looking to grow over the next 6 to 12 months. Our new robotics kit, which is the STEMaid Rover, launches this January 2026. We also have a more upgraded STEMaid kit in the works for our more advanced users. And we're also working on an AI kit, an AI chatbot, to spark AI innovations in the most remote areas. We are also looking to increase the number of teachers we are training this year and the next, so that we can strengthen the STEM ecosystem in Ghana. Our team is strong with over 30 years combined experience working in industries like tech, startups, business, education, as well as building communities with nonprofits. We are uniquely positioned to meet our demands and drive our future. Our financial needs are very high. However, today we're seeking $10,000 to be able to meet our proven demands in Ghana and Benin. 50% of the proceeds will go towards production, 25% to our marketing efforts, 15% to R&D, and 10% to HR expansion. Our little girl, Mariam, with big dreams, is now a big part of our STEMaid community. She spends her long vacations participating in our STEMaid vacation program, and also has gone on to build a smart traffic light system to tackle the traffic issues within her community. This is the impact of STEMaid. Real projects, real solutions to real problems. Join us and let's make a difference in Africa. Together, we can we can unlock the limitless potential of young minds like Marian and build a brighter tomorrow for Africa's future. What would you build with your STEM aid kit today? Thank you. And now I have my lady Benedicta who will do a small demonstration on an example of what you can build with your STEM aid kit. This is a smart dustbin that we can use our kit. This is our STEM aid kit. So the STEM aid kit, with one kit, you can build a project like a smart dustbin. And then imagine your student does this for their small study desk at home where they can put their trash in. And it's good for them to see their projects come to life. So thank you for listening. And I'll take your questions now.
Adoma, thank you very much. Real applications.
Yes.
Okay. So I look at your target figure of $250,000 and you're seeking to take $10,000. How are you going to make up the $240,000? That's one. And again, I see you targeting 1% of $450 billion. And that 1% you're looking at getting it from with the help of UNICEF, Ashesi, MasterCard. What is that? Are you looking to get more funding from them? Or I mean, like, what are you really looking at getting from those sources? That's two. Let me give you the third one and then we go. How do you intend to reduce your production costs? Like you mentioned, you said you're going to reduce your production costs by next year. How do you do that?
Okay, so the first question, which is how we're going to make up the $240,000. Currently, we're looking to fundraise and basically raise the money from an investor. So we're currently in the MasterCard EdTech Fellowship with MEST. And so we're using that channel to network with possible angel investors. We're also in talks with Impact Investing Ghana to try and network with angel investors across Ghana and Africa and even outside to see those we can rally together to sort of pool the funds together to be able to meet that demand. Now, this big figure is because we want to go into ramp up our local production. We think that a lot of our components are still imported, and we would like to do some of those things locally so that we can also use that to bring the cost down for our customers. And I think your other question was the markets, how we're going to reach that. So I believe what I know is that UNICEF does sometimes order large amounts from us. They actually accounted for the large figure last year where they buy some of our kits to send to remote areas in different parts of Africa. So we're hoping to leverage on partnerships like that, get more deals like that will do the aid part of our business, which is reaching the remote areas who may not be able to afford 400 CDs for a kit, but rather UNICEF can fill the gap and provide it to their community schools and such like that. So that's what we mean by we'll leverage those partnerships to reach a big part of Africa. Now, in terms of our targets, they were targeting 1% of the 195 billion actually, and so that would be through our sales of the kits and the trainings that we offer on the kits as well as on STEM in general. And I forgot the last question. Okay, so to reduce our prices, again, with economies of scale, once we're ordering more of the parts that we need to put our kits together, we're able to drive our unit cost down. And then when we're able to fundraise and build out the plants we want to do production locally, we'll also be able to further reduce our cost of production.
Again, without funding, without support, how sustainable is STEM aid?
At the moment, we are moving ahead and doing our trainings. We get called to different schools to offer trainings to their teachers. We also have GES curriculum aligned program that we do with schools. So that's where our educational partnerships come in. So we have a program that we run in schools where we take over their STEM and robotics classes, and it goes in line with their schedule for the week, and so we make money that way as well. And our kids, again, we're able to put them together and sell to the parents. That the thing with the STEM aid customer, they know themselves. So once they see it, they're like, STEM, I want my kids to be better at it. So then they just buy it for their kids. So we're just looking to build up on that, really. The market is there, but we can't really do anything without funds. So we need funds to be able to make this happen.
How much is a kit, you said?
400 CDs at the moment. And
but how much is it, to produce?
200 CDs.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So in my case, so how will people in my probably small village far away be able to afford something like this, where the government is saying that free SHS and everybody must acquire education, and the STEM is the thing that everybody wants to do, engineering, science, and all those things. And with a course like this, how would they deprive people afford something like this?
So I have two things for you. So that's where one, our partnerships are coming in with GES, MasterCard, UNICEF. They have programs and initiatives to go out into these regions. We have just signed a deal with UNICEF and I think FWIT, where next year we're going to be going to Tawalaga and places like that. It's 3 companies, and we've all been assigned to different areas in Ghana. And they did research to understand that these are the areas in Ghana that lack a lot of STEM progress. And so they've divided it across 3 of our STEM companies, and we're going out next year to reach these remote areas. Again, these partnerships, they purchase a large number of the kits and allow us to be able to impart this knowledge, leave the kids with the children, empower teachers in those communities to be able to continue the learning process. So that's one of the ways, yeah.
Do you have any collaboration with the government?
Yes, so our CEO is in talks with that. So I know that the UNICEF one is in the works, but then also through GIFEC, we also have a partnership with GIFEC, which is taking the kids along. And actually, setting up the GIFEC labs is our CEO and other co-founder who went around the country doing the trainings across all the GIFEC labs in the country. So this summit actually was born from that project, seeing the need across the country where the lack was, where you could see that people had potential, but they just didn't have tools to create or even think outside the box. Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Adoma, again, my last question. So your kits, do you sell them in the schools, or do you have what outlets? Where do you sell them?
So we sell them on our websites. We also sell them at events, and we also sell them through the schools. So through the partnerships, even though the school buys some for the children, we also run a partnership with them where we give it to them at a reduced cost so that they can make the extra money on it at the 400 cedi.
Okay. Have you looked at a situation where you shout it out there very loud, such that so you're looking at other platforms like TV, like radio, where it's spoken about, so that child in the village who might not have the opportunity to be in any of the schools that you're talking about could just hear about it, see it, and want it, and maybe contact somebody to get one for him. I mean, this is just an add up.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. We now have a TV program called STEM Arena, and it airs on GH1 Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. But I totally agree with you. That's what we also need money to be able to boost our marketing efforts, through radio, TV, different ways of showcasing how STEM aid can help children achieve more.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any last questions? All right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Adoma from STEM Aid, for that presentation. Please let's applaud her again. If you are not clapping, you are jealous. Yes. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, 5 down, 5 more to go. 5 down, 5 more to go. And we are eager to hear what the other presenters have for us. Our next presenter will take us through the farm. Ladies and gentlemen, let us make welcome Wax Farm. And I hear today is her birthday. While she works here, I think it's just fair to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, and I hope this is enough energy booster to keep you in the right mood. We wish you the best.
Hello everyone. Today, I'm excited to tell you about a new idea from Wax Farm, a new way of turning a bigger problem into a much bigger opportunity. Did you know that plastic waste can actually be turned into an opportunity? So smallholder farming is very rampant in northern Ghana, and most of these farmers delve and live barely on this smallholder farming. That is where their livelihood comes from. Most of these farmers produce important crops like maize, millet, rice, amongst others. Despite the several challenges they face, they still strive to maintain our food security and our region's economy. So I remember being a child, how I used to be so excited visiting Afa Isaku's farm. But today, Afa Isaku complains bitterly of how his farm has lost its nutrients. Afa Isaku is a 46-year-old farmer in the Tolonkomungu district. He has once his land lay fallow due to soil infertility. For farmers like Afa Isaku, farming is not just an occupation, but a livelihood. About 57.1% of Ghana's land is suitable for farming, but even with this 57.1%, more than half of it suffers from nutrient depletion. Most of these farmers resort to the use of shifting cultivation, which in the long run has a huge toll on our climate. Some other farmers resort to the use of fertilizers, but the rising cost of fertilizer is alarming. Imagine Afa Isaku, who used to buy a bag of fertilizer for around 200 Ghana cedis a year ago, now has to buy the same bag of fertilizer for around 400 Ghana cedis. Afa Isaku, who used to use just a bag of fertilizer on an acre of land, now has to use about 2 bags of fertilizer on the same acre of land. Coupling with all this is plastic pollution, which has a huge toll on our lives. At Wax Farm, we are producing high-quality organic fertilizer from plastic waste and agricultural products. Our organic fertilizer acts as a powerful soil booster. It helps the soil with aeration and makes the soil more porous. And this is how it works. At Wax Farm, we employ the use of 3 raw materials. That is the plastic waste, the wax worms, and also the maize stalks. So in the first stage, we collect these wax worms from the beehives because usually they destroy many beehives. Then we feed them with plastics. They degrade these plastics, digest it, and produce an excreta. In the second phase, we collect the maize stalks from the smallholder farmers and process it into biochar. The excreta collected from the first phase and the biochar is mixed in a ratio of 1:8 and subjected to fermentation. The product is then taken through the curing phase, the quality assurance phase, and the packaging for the markets. Yes, we do have competitors, but we stand tall with the affordability of price. Also, our fertilizer also acts as a pest resistant because of the presence of chitin found in the waxworms. Also, it uses climate smart activities and it has high soil mending ability. We employ the use of the B2B and B2C revenue model with a cost of production at a $9.5 and a selling price at a $13.65 with a whooping profit margin of 30.4%, which ensures sustainability. Over the years, we have gained some traction from registering our business to to signing MOUs and doing a whole lot. We have also generated about 3,200 in sales in the last 4 to 6 months. We have been winners of KIC Agritech Challenge in 2024. We have been featured on the German Secular Economic magazine, and we have been embodied currently under Tomi Emiliedu program in 2025. Winners of African German Entrepreneurship Academy, which I went to Germany to go for a startup class for a mentorship program and coaching just last month. And we have been winners of Innovative Startup of the Year, Northern Entertainment Award in 2024. According to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Northern region alone is a house of over 800,000 maize farmers and over 700 bee farmers. This means that we need 7% of these maize farmers and 11% of these honey farmers, making our total available market, that is the West African market, at $892 million, the serviceable addressable market, that is Ghana's market, at $180.5 million, and our immediate, which is the Northern region's market, which stands at $34.7 million, which we look to tapping into 5%. We started sales in 2025 and we have been able to gain an amount close to $10,000. We also project that by 2026, we'll be doubling up because we are going to build more farmer networks and also collaborations with many NGOs in the northern Ghana. Towards 2028, we look at reaching to $30,000, and 2028, we reaching almost $40,000. And this would be a testament of not just that Wax Farm is working, but people are actually tapping into our grace, and also our agricultural chain is moving forward. Beyond all this, we have created some social and economic impact, and also we have gained impact through the Sustainable Developmental Goals 1, 2, 12, and 13. That is no poverty by producing affordable fertilizer and increasing the income of these smallholder farmers, zero hunger, improving the soil fertility and crop yields to ensure our food security, and recycling of this plastic waste into valuable agricultural inputs. We are also cutting down carbon emissions through our eco-friendly fertilizer production by 113 per bag and a little over 800,000 for the next 5 years. Wax Farm goes beyond just innovation and also producing fertilizer, but we are looking forward to making impact by improving the crop yield by 20%, reducing the 3.4 million metric tons of plastic produced in Ghana annually. Additionally, creating jobs for over 500 people in the next 5 years, increasing the income of smallholder farmers, especially in the northern Ghana, by 20%, and improving on many bee farms in the next 3 years. We are here to ask for amounts of $10,000, with over 70% of it going to machinery. Right now, we have a rotary drum screen, which we use, and also some biochar processes. But most of these machinery are just machineries we made Gratis Foundation make for us, just to improvise for the meantime. We are looking forward to gaining a pyrolysis machine and more of the rotary drum screen, shredders, and also our biochar processes. And we are putting about 20% into marketing and farmer outreaches, because there is a belief that most of these farmers actually adopt to what they already know. So we are looking forward to reaching them in the communities, to educating them on how our fertilizer works and how they can adopt to it. And 5% of it going to packaging and product development. At Wax Farm, we envision a world where smallholder farmers can afford organic fertilizer, a world where plastic pollution is reduced drastically, and a world where many beekeepers can have a healthier beehives. Our mission is to empower smallholder farmers by providing sustainable, affordable, and high-quality organic fertilizer while contributing to a cleaner environment. This is the team behind Wax Farm. Dr. Abdullahi Safian Gomda, our Chief Finance Officer, who has 5 years of fertilizer sales, and he's an MBA candidate, currently a doctor working at UGMC, and also a farmer. Idi Yahya is our Chief Operations Officer. He's a former head of production at Alafe Biochar Network, 4 years of industrial production experience. Ajay Rashida, our Marketing Officer, Quality Assurance and Food Science student. and has 2 years experience as a virtual assistant for brands. And my name is Namao Nasara, a chief executive officer, a farmer myself, and I have 2 years experience in agribusiness, leadership and business certification from AGA and TEF. Please, in a nutshell, I would want us to watch this video. This is basically what we do at Wax Farm. So I'd like to say that I'm here.
Thank you very much, Nasara.
Thank you too.
Nasara, how do you get your raw material?
So the first raw material is the waxworms. We actually source them from the beehives. So these waxworms are actually little creatures that destroy many beehives. So like they are more like nuisance and that destroy the beehives. So that is where we source them from. And then we've been thinking over the years we'd want to actually breed these waxworms by ourselves in order to ensure sustainability of our business. And also with the maize stocks, maize farming is very common in the northern parts of Ghana where wax farm is at. So we source them from, because usually from our market research, we realize that most of these maize stocks, they are actually left just there either for animals to feed on, and most of it are burnt down. And it also has a huge tone on our climate. So we are sourcing them from these smallholder farmers. And when we source them, because they don't farm maize throughout the year, we have these warehouses where we keep them. Then so the time we need them for production. And then we also we have signed MOUs with some packaging companies and also just some individuals in the northern region who help us in picking these plastics. Because for now, we have realized that these waxworms are able to eat more on low density plastics than the other ones. Thank you.
Sarah, when did Wax Farm begin?
Wax Farm began in 2023, but with most of us going into market research, but we started sales just this year. Active sales began this year because in 2024 we focused more on building farmer networks and also visiting most of the farming communities in northern Ghana in order to do field demonstrations with them.
70% of your ask is going into machinery acquisition. Are you buying them? Are you fabricating them locally? What machines are you looking out for?
So right now, Wax Farm has a rotary drum screen machine, and that machine is actually to keep these waxworms in place. And when you keep them there, they are able to extend their shelf life. Normally, these worms are able to live for about a week. So they're able to extend their shelf life to about 2 weeks. And this was made by Gratis Foundation. So it was like a fabricated one. So we look forward to buying a bigger rotary drum screen. Also, a shredder to help us in shredding the plastics that we gather, and also the pyrolysis machine, which would also serve in making our biochar. So what we have right now is a Baisha machine which is able to just give us Baisha of 25 kg. And that Baisha machine too, it produces a lot of air pollution. But with the one we want to buy, the pyrolysis machine, it is made in such a way that it keeps that smoke that was supposed to come out into the environment inside what's the machine itself. So that is the machines we are looking to buy at the moment.
Okay. How long does it take for you to produce, let's say, a bag of fertilizer?
So a bag of fertilizer at Wax Farm is 50 kilograms. 44 kilograms of that bag contains the biochar, and 6 kilograms contain the excreta we get from the wax worms when they eat the plastics. So we also know that 1 kg of these wax worms are able to feed on about 5 kg of the plastic waste, and they produce about 3 kg of the excreta. So if you leave these 1 kg of wax worms overnight, they're able to feed on that 5 kg and produce an excreta of 6 kg, of 3 kg. So you just need, so it's like basically you need more of wax worms to produce it. So overnight, you can produce this if you have all your raw materials in place.
Okay, so how long did it take for you to get 10,000 US dollars? As in from production through sales? At a point you said you were able to make 10,000, or you've been able to make 10,000 US dollars to date.
So that is towards the financial projection. So I did mention that we are able to make a little, almost to 10,000 US dollars. So I'll go back to. Okay. So I'm back to the traction. So you'd realize that I said we generated 3,200 US dollars in the first 4 months. And that is when the adoption was really difficult. So we're able to sell about 230 plus bags within the first 4 months. So in the last 2 months, so currently we are projecting that by the end of the year, of this year, we started active sales this year. So we are projecting by the end of the year, you will be able to make just around $10,000. So around the projection, it's not really 10,000, but just around $10,000. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your production capacity, how is it going to change by next year and then a couple of years after?
So right now, with the production capacity, because right now we are using more of manual production and then also needing bigger machines to work with. If we are able to acquire these bigger machines, they'll be able to help us produce more. And also, if we do not get the funding we need from angel funders, and also we are looking forward to investing the monies we get in sales into these machineries to see how best, even though maybe we can't get them at once, to see how best we can get them and how far it will take us.
Thank you. So for instance, currently, how much are you able to produce in a year?
So in a week, I'll take it down to a week. In a week, we are able to produce about 30 bags. That's what we are able to produce. If we are doing active production, by 30 bags, we should be getting in a week. Yes.
Thank you. And when do you break even?
So we are looking forward to breaking even around the second quarter of 2026. Yeah.
Okay. And beyond break even, what would be the estimated net profit margin?
So on each bag, we are able to make a 30.4% on the profit margin, because we produce at a 9.4. So this is our cost breakdown. We produce as a $9.4 and we sell at a $13.65. Sorry. So over the years, this is where we look for it. So these are the key milestones. So this was our roadmap initially. So our cost breakdown, and these are the partners so far we have gained, and the key milestones to come.
Can you please take us back to the cost breakdown?
Okay.
Why is it that the maize stems cost the most?
So when we initially began, that was in 2023, and trying to bring everything together, most of these farmers were giving these maize stocks to us for free. We actually mentioned that we wanted to give them incentives in order to increase their livelihood, and also to give them some particular money. But later on, we realized that there's one thing, the unsaid truth is that there's poverty that lies too much in northern Ghana. So the farmers, we decided that, okay, we wanted to sign MOUs with these farmers. And the farmers then told us that they would have to sell these maize stocks that they used to burn to us. So we had to agree and come to consensus with their price. That's Thank you.
Thank you to Wax Farm for that presentation. Well, I'm sure you know that we started off with 3 judges, and now we have just 2. I'm sure you're wondering and asking questions. Well, I'm going to answer you. Our 3rd judge, that is the gentleman, has to attend to something urgently. But good news is that he is still watching, because I mentioned that we are streaming live on our YouTube and Facebook platforms. And so he is very much a part of this. He is still watching, taking his notes wherever he is. And so he's still also scoring virtually wherever he is. And so he's still with us. Let's just be minded. He will be back with us soon to continue with us in person. Our next presenter has the beautiful name Green Husk Innovations. Let's see how innovative she is.
In the delicate balance of nature, every tree tells a story of interconnected lives. The demand for paper echoes through our world, and each falling tree becomes a chapter untold. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hamdi Adam Yakubu, co-founder of Green Husk Innovations. At Green Husk Innovations, we are transforming corn husk into eco-friendly premium paper packaging. The challenge is clear. Are you aware that Ghana spends over $160 million importing paper every year? You probably have no idea that for every ton of paper produced, 24 trees are cut, which represent 3.8 billion trees annually. Also, over 907,000 tons of corn husk is burnt, releasing carbon and methane gas that pollutes our air. Now let me bring this closer to home by introducing you to Ms. Abiba, a 32-year-old a 32-year-old food vendor in Tamale. Every day she spends large portions of her income on packaging. These packaging are expensive because they are imported and mostly not eco-friendly. At the same time, she sees farmers in her community constantly burning piles of corn husks that releases gas that chokes the air. She represents thousands of women-led SMEs who face the same challenge. Green Husk Innovation is providing 3 free eco-friendly paper packaging from corn husks, an agricultural byproduct that is mostly burnt. According to a reference document from MOFA, the northern region alone produces over 907,000 tons of corn husks annually. Green Husk Innovation needs just 975 tons to scale production, which represents just 0.1% of the total available quantity. This ensures that our raw material is both abundant and sustainable. These are some of the products we've been able to come up with so far. We have soap boxes, blister boxes, shorthand books, drug folders, and currently our paper packaging for restaurants and food vendors. In a crowded market, it is essential to articulate why customers prefer us. We are affordable on the market, our products are durable and strong, and our product also has a unique texture and aesthetics. By 2027, Green Husk Innovation aims to divert over 10,000 tons of corn husks from being burnt. We are looking to employ to create over 250 jobs, green jobs. We are also looking to save the environment, in this sense, trees, over 2,000 trees from deforestation, and most importantly, reduce carbon footprints from corn husks by 1,788 metric tons. We have several competitors in the market, but when it comes to eco-conservativeness, cost per packaging, and production source, we stand tall. Ghana paper market is estimated at $160 million across West Africa. The demand for paper is projected to reach 1.5 billion by 2030. Our entry point is eco-friendly paper packaging for smallholder for restaurants, SMEs, and food vendors, a segment of the market with a high demand and an increasing awareness of sustainability. We have employed the direct sales model with a cost price of 266 Ghana cedis, a selling price of 400 Ghana cedis, giving us a profit margin of 33.5%. Currently, our margins range between 25 to 30%. But with scale and better equipment, we are looking to double production and also generate over 100,000 Ghana cedi by next year. Our traction is a testament of our journey so far. We've been able to partner with over 1,200 smallholder farmers, made a sale of over 31,000 Ghana cedis, fabricated part of our machineries, which include a pulper, a boiler, and a roller, and also employed 21 women and trained 17 out of this number. We've demonstrated proven demand and feasibility of our technology. We are with the hope that if we are able to acquire a Ford grinder, a printer, and a hydraulic press, we will be able to increase production, generate more income, and also employ more people. And this is why we are asking for a $10,000, which is the breakdown here. We are spending 85% on it, or on machinery. Storage, transportation, and advocacy will take 5% each. With the 10,000 US dollars, hopefully with us, we are increasing capacity, which currently ranges from 1 ream per day to over 20 reams per day. We are also looking to establish a new site at Bono region to ensure constant supply of raw materials and also expand into producing stationeries like exercise books, A4 sheet boxes, and then card box. This is the amazing team behind this innovative idea. We have Dr. Kwame Frimpong as our business and financial lead, Ms. Sahada Abdul Kader as our research lead, Dr. Mohammed Abdul Rashid as our logistics and production lead, and myself as the marketing and communications lead. At Green Husk Innovations, we believe that waste should never be wasted. Hence, using corn husks to produce eco-friendly paper products, we are creating more employment, empowering more smallholder farmers, and most importantly, reducing Ghana's dependency on import. Together, we can make Ghana a hub of sustainable paper production. Thank you. Our journey so far.
Thank you, Green Husk. You said you're going to spend $500 on advocacy.
Yes.
What are you advocating?
We have paper in the market which is made coming from trees, tree pulp. Now we are coming with corn husks paper, so we are preaching sustainability and eco-friendliness. Hence, this will be part of the branding where we will go into communities and also our target customers, which includes the restaurants and restaurants and schools, to tell them more about what we are doing. And part of it will also be used in training our smallholder farmers and the women too.
Okay. You seek to create about, you said over 250 jobs.
Yes.
In which way?
Currently, we operate or we have partnership deals with the smallholder farmers in the communities. As such, we have teams or we have grouped them, those who are doing the collection of the raw materials for us. So this is in a way creating a source of employment, because when they gather this corn husk for us, we have to pay them or give them a token. And this is also part of making their lives better.
Where is Green Husk Innovations situated?
Sorry?
Where is it?
It's in Tamale, Northern region.
Let me, from start to end of production, what do you do? What goes into production?
What goes into production? First, the corn husk is carefully selected. Because we have threshers, farm threshers or machineries that threshes the corn husks. It comes with stones and other. It's carefully selected. Then it is boiled. After boiling, then we pulp it. After pulping, we have a screen printer where we lay them. After which, the drying process, and then it is being cut into desired shapes and forms. Thank you.
Thank you. In terms of competition, how does your product compete in terms of price compared to other paper packaging products that are on the market?
Okay. Our paper currently is about 15 to 20% affordable than the normal paper because it's devoid of importation cost. And most of our machineries are locally fabricated. Hence, all this goes into it that beats down the cost of our paper. So with the example you have on your table, we have it being sold in the market for like 7 cedis, but ours is 5 cedis, including the printing.
Thank you. And do you know of any local companies that are also producing paper packaging products?
Yes, there is not really, not really, not really.
Might have to do some research and also compare the prices of your products with other comparable businesses.
What I know is we have people that are in the paper market, but they don't produce these bags because most of them are coming from China.
Are you sure?
Majority. Yeah.
Okay, you might have to do some research.
Thank you, noted.
I think you asked one of my questions. Also on advocacy. I think what you meant was marketing, the $500.
Yes.
Because what you described was more marketing.
Than advocate. Thank you, it's noted.
Job creation as an impact of your business.
The job creation in the communities which we exist, preferably communities where we gather our raw materials. We currently we have them in groups, and the youth, the young men and women, they are those in charge of gathering the raw materials for us. So we pay them when they bring it to our site. We have a weighing scale. So after weighing, every quantity you bring comes with or attracts a particular amount. So that is how we are creating employment for them. And also the employment, formally, we don't have all the hands needed. So we currently need like an HR manager and so later on we may bring those people on board too. Thank you.
We are moving on straight to our eighth presenter. Our eighth presenter is from Guard Path Technologies. Please let us make welcome our eighth presenter from Guard Path Technologies. Let's keep clapping for her.
Livestock farming is pivotal. For many farmers, it comes with heartbreaking challenges. Diseases claim the lives of countless animals every year, threatening the very foundation of their livelihood. Introducing to you today is Guard Path Technologies, where we address high animal mortality rates in Ghana with specialized test kits for early disease diagnosis. By blending modern technology with traditional farming, our kits empower farmers and veterinarians to take timely action and protect livestock, strengthening Ghana's agricultural future. Mbatanko, who is a cattle farmer, observed that for the past 6 days, 23 of his cattle had been drooling and had developed lesions in their mouths. Concerned, he called Madame Rose, a veterinarian in the area. After conducting physical examination, she diagnosed the cattle with foot and mouth disease and promptly administered the necessary treatment and vaccination. Unfortunately, following the vaccination, 3 of the cattle died and 3 were left infertile. These side effects led to further investigations. Lab tests later confirmed that the cattle were actually suffering from PPR, not foot and mouth disease. These side effects, including death and infertility, were as a result of a dangerous reaction between the vaccine and disease-causing agents. Veterinarians in Ghana and West Africa often rely on empirical treatment and evidence-based diagnostics to manage various animal health conditions, particularly when diagnostic tools are not available, leading to about 60% losses of these animals annually. At Guard Path Technologies, we are changing this narrative. We have developed and manufactured a multi-disease on one rapid At GuardPath Technologies, we are changing this narrative. We have developed and manufactured a one-step multi-disease rapid test kit that is designed to quickly and accurately detect foot and mouth disease, MPPR, in cattle and other small ruminants. For our business, we are using a B2B and a B2C business solution with a selling price of 18 cedis, a cost of production of 13 cedis, and a profit margin of 27%. To reach farmers, we rely on partnerships and collaborations, digital marketing, and participation in industry shows and conferences. Over the past few months, we have achieved some significant milestones. We've successfully partnered with Incas Diagnostics, and we've been able to sign MOUs with over 1,000 plus veterinarians and farmers. The animal biosecurity market is rapidly growing, with a total available market of $1.7 billion. The West Africa represents our serviceable addressable market, which is worth $300 million. And Ghana represents our serviceable obtainable market, which is worth 18.2 million, and we aim to capture a share of that. To achieve that, we need a constant supply of corn stover to be able to manufacture our test kits. Looking ahead, we have generated sales throughout this year, and we intend to generate more sales in the coming years. Moving beyond generating revenue, we have some social and economic impacts. We target some of the SDGs, which include good health and well-being, responsible consumption and production, and climate action. For our test kits, early disease detection helps in mitigating severe disease outbreak. We will create jobs directly and indirectly for people in the coming years. We are seeking $10,000 in funding to accelerate the manufacturing and development of our animal test kits. Some of the funding will be directed towards our machinery, product development, raw materials, packaging, market and research, and staff stipend. Led by Hussein Abukari Adams, who is our Chief Executive Officer, he's a medical student and has certificate in biology. Dr. Alasan Sadiq is our Chief Finance Officer. Christopher is our Chief Production Officer, and I, Shamsiat Taka, is the Chief Marketing Officer. With GuardPath's innovative solution, we are not just addressing animal health, we are safeguarding livelihood and bolstering agricultural economy. Every kit we develop empower professionals like Madame Rose act swiftly, transforming the care they provide to the success they achieve. Stand with us in combating animal diseases, because when our farmers succeed, our entire community flourishes. Thank you.
Guard Farm, breathe. Thank you, Guard Farm.
GuardPath Technologies.
GuardPath Technologies, okay. So, your term, your SAM, and your SOM. What scope did you get that? Is within what scope? Is it only in Ghana? Is it what is the scope of the market?
Globally.
Sorry?
Globally. The total available market is for the whole world. But then Ghana's market is the serviceable obtainable market, which is the $18.2 million.
Okay. And then your machines, the machines that you seek to acquire. What machines are you seeking to acquire? What will those machines be doing or producing?
Some of the key machines we'll be needing is a high precision dispenser that will be able to dispense our antigens onto our nitrocellulose membranes to assemble our test kits. That's one of the key machines we need. And this can dispense antigens about on up to 1,000 to 4,000 strips per hour. And then we'll also be needing a high-speed cutter that will be able to cut the strips into pieces for us to assemble it into the test kits. And we'll also be needing an incubator to be able to dry the strips after we dispense the antigens onto the strips, and then a continuous roll laminator to assemble the test kit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The partnership you have with Incas, Are they currently producing the test kits for you?
We are working with them. They produce human test kits. So they have some of these machines we need. So that's the aspect we use. So we use their machines to produce the test kits that we need.
Another question I have on how this works. You mentioned three different this that the kits test for. Is that correct?
Yes.
So one test kit that's able to identify the three different diseases.
Yes. But for now, the one you have with you right now is able to detect just one disease. So how we want it to work, I don't know if let me use the human aspect for now. You see, I'm a Medilab student. So in the lab, we have a test kit that is able to detect for HIV and syphilis on one test kit. So when you take a patient's blood sample and then you put it in the test kit, if the patient has HIV, the HIV line will be drawn. But if the patient has both lines will be drawn. That's the same mechanism we're trying to employ in doing our test kits. So for foot and mouth disease and PPR, so when the animal's blood is put into the test kit, when the animal has foot and mouth disease, the foot and mouth disease line will be drawn. But if the animal has PPR, the PPR line will be drawn. But if the animal has both lines will be drawn. Thank you.
Sorry. And just to clarify, this kit we have now, what does it test for?
Right now, this kit you have for is testing for foot and mouth.
And also a question on this, how effective is it?
How effective is the test kit? It's very effective. It does the work, so it's effective.
Okay. Who uses it? Is it the farmer or the veterinary service
The
officer?
veterinarians, they use it on the animals.
Okay, and so they give the treatments.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. All right. So according to my list, have just got it. We are getting there. Are we? We are getting there. Fingers crossed. Get to know who is walking away with $10,000 in funding, and just about some minutes. Get analysis. Not just going to the strong room, but put it that way, and then the collation and final assessment. And when we come back from lunch, get to know our top 5 are. But before we get into that, I think and so if Agri Ease Limited is finally in, please let's welcome Agri Ease Limited with her presentation.
In a country where poverty and waste dominate, cashew farmers struggle with manual nut separation, leading to over 200,000 tons of spoiled produce every year. Agri-Ease wants to change this narrative by constructing automated cashew nut collection and separation machines for cashew farmers. Cashew farmers face challenges such as labor-intensive, costly and tedious process of cashew nut separation. This leads to inefficiency, reduces farmers' income and exposes them to physical strain. This also leads to child labor because many children miss school during peak harvest seasons. It will amaze you to learn that it takes 4 days and 8 laborers to manually separate cashew nuts from a single acre of farm, leading to 30% loss of farmers' profit. But every dark cloud has a silver lining. Agri-Ease is that hope. We've constructed automated cashew nut separation machine, which reduces labor costs, increase efficiency, and improve safety, and also keep children in school, advancing both agriculture, technology, and education. At Agri-East Limited, our solution is built on cutting-edge agricultural technology. We've already constructed automated cashew nut separation machine capable of separating 100 kg of the cashew nuts in just 15 minutes, a task that took the whole day with 8 laborers to separate. To enhance this, we've planned on constructing cashew nut automated collection machine integrated with AI-driven robotic arms to gently pick the nuts from the farm floor. Cashew farmers will choose Agri-Ease because our machine is efficient, affordable, reduces both spoilage and physical harm, offering a clear advantage over the manual labor. Our machine increases farmers' productivity and income by 30%. 50 direct and 200 indirect jobs will be created in our second year of operation, whilst 25% of youth employed will be women. Positive environmental impact through reduce of emission of methane gas from cashew apples. Using the bottom-up approach, the total addressable market for cashews separated in Africa stands at $65 million, with Ghana having a share of $8.5 million. We are targeting 25 of this market, which represents the Bunu East and Afro region, with a compound annual growth rate of 5.2% within a period of 5 years. It is important to talk about how we are going to make money. We have the pay-as-you-go method, where we charge averagely 100 Ghana cedis per 100 kg of cashew processed, and a percentage will be given to the cashew farmers. We've been working a lot. We've registered 5,521 cashew farmers as our prospects. We've operated our machine on 340 farmers and made revenue of 36,700 Ghana cedis. We are constructing additional machines to meet the high demand. In order to penetrate through the market faster, we secured 2 facilities for production at Wenchi and Nkranza. We've completed our business registration and acquired our assembly permits. We are at the initial stages with GSA and GRA. We've trained 34 manual laborers, turning them into machine operators to save them from losing their job. We are in partnership agreements with CSI, our Cashew Farmers Association, and others. We've been working a lot, but there is more to do. We've conducted research to improve our machine efficiency in Q3 of 2025. In Q4 of 2025, we will begin mass production of our machine to meet growing demand.
And by it all begins with a cooperative. Each cooperative signs up on aims.
And by Q1 of 2026, we will launch collecting chamber with sensors, roller and stoller to our machine. And by Q2 of 2026, we upgrade our shaft into multi-purpose to crack other crops like groundnut, cocoa, shea nut for year-round service. Cashew is out of seed. In our financial projection, we anticipate a robust growth of 25% annually over the next 5 years, driven by a strategic market entry plan. We project a steady increase in profit margin, demonstrating our commitment to sustainable profitability. We are asking for $10,000 to take Agri-East to the next level, and this is the breakdown. 73.6% will go into manufacturing of more machines because the demand is already higher than what we can currently produce. Then the rest will support labor costs, marketing expansion, logistics, and utilities. Meet my capable team. Stella Legend Pinto is our CEO. Have 3 years experience in agricultural technology. Emmanuel Yebo is our CEO. Have 3 years experience in AI technology. Timo Librick is our finance lead. Have 6 years experience in accounting and finance. And I'm the person of Mary Baba Afuba Estiufi, the marketing lead, have 2 years experience in marketing. Please enjoy our demo. So our machine was transported with our dedicated vehicle to the cashew farm. Cashews were then collected and poured into the hopper. It then moves into the separation chamber where the cashews are separated from their fruit. The cashew nut. The nut comes out from its outlet, while the cashew weight also comes out from its outlet. After 15 minutes, our machine was able to separate 100 kg of the cashew nut, which would have taken the whole day with 8 laborers to separate. Will you allow cashew farmers to struggle with their manual way? Will you want them to suffer from physical strain and backaches? Will you allow them to worry about the spoilage of their yield due to the manual labor cost? As we stand on the cusp of transformation, our dreams hang in balance. With your help, we have the opportunity to turn our dreams into reality. Thank you.
Agrees. Thank you very much. Take me back to your financial page.
– 2024.
I wish that you had some data on your finances for 2024. Do you have anything like that?
Okay, 2024, we were just piloting with the cashew farmers, yes. We went to the field with our machines to let them know that we are at work right now.
So the third quarter is your first record on actuals, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, can you stay? Yes. So, with the figures you are providing, does it mean that by the end of December, considering revenues from October to December, you'd be earning 135,000?
Yes, please.
Okay. For the remaining quarters, what would account for the increase in revenues if the figures you are presenting are revenues? Are they just revenues?
Yes.
Okay, what would account for the increase?
Okay, when we provide the services, that will account for the revenue. Yes.
How many machines do you currently have?
For now, we have one, and we are constructing an additional one.
And when do you expect the additional machine to be ready?
By the end of December, yes, please.
Okay. One other question. Why did you start with cashew?
Separating part.
Yes. Why did you start with producing a machine specifically targeted at or to help cashew farmers?
Because the manual separation of the cashew nut is very tedious, and they are really hurt when they go to the farm, pick the cashew nut, sit down and separate for the whole day with just 1 kg of the nut. And the farmers too, the cost they are spending on the laborers too is very high. So when we brought in our machine, they were very happy because we are going to cut down their labor cost into just 100 Ghana cedis. Yeah.
Means you are charging the farmers 100 cedis for
100 kg.
100 kg. Okay. Currently, how much can you do in a quarter?
For separating
on average, yes.
Okay, we can do 100 tons.
That would be approximately 100,000 cedis. And I'm trying to understand your figures. But that's my question for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We are finally here to our very last presenter. And our very last presenter, last but certainly not the least anyway, is LBH. And LBH will join us and deliver her presentation. Let's welcome LBH. This is the last presenter. We need the energy. We need the energy. I know it's been a long morning, but we still have a long day to go.
Good afternoon, judges and fellow entrepreneurs. My name is Francisca Bessin-Mensah, co-founder and COO of LBH. At LBH, we are building the rails for global food security. Every one of us depends on farmers 3 times a day, just as we are going for lunch. A farmer had to plant for us to get the harvest for preparation to be done. Yet, they struggle because these farmers, even though they serve the world, they are the ones that are least resourced, most exposed to climate shocks, and capture the smallest share of market value. And when they struggle, it's not a local problem. The world feels it at our marketplaces. One of these farmers is Amma. Amma is a mother of 4 who lives in Akomadan. Last season, she couldn't plant her land because banks wouldn't lend to her and fertilizer prices were doubled. In as much as she harvested, she was forced to sell at a loss because of poor storage facilities. Amma sadly represents 60 million smallholder farmers in Africa. I have summarized the problems of most farmers, and these are the 3 squeeze. We realize that farmers have no access to finance, there's high climate shocks, and unfair markets. The result, a $200 billion annual financing gap and fragile food systems. And women are the biggest losers, the backbone of Africa's food system. At LBH, we focus on women farmers. 65% of our farmers are youth and women. Over the years, we've seen that when women are empowered with finance, they invest in their land, in their children, and in their communities. Empowering women isn't charity, it's good economics. At LBH, we have built a platform that verifies farmers using alternative data, which helps them have access to input on credit with our buy now, pay later model, as well as linking their harvest to trusted buyers. So Amma doesn't have to wait for a loan officer. When she needs harvest, she just calls on LBH, and then we supply to her, and she pays back after the harvest. And that's the power of LBH. This is a 2-minute video. I would want to show you how LBH moves in action.
Welcome to LBH, where technology powers farmer financing across Ghana and beyond. It all begins with a cooperative. Each cooperative signs up on AIMS, that's Agricultural Information Management System, creating a digital hub for their members. Once approved, field officers download the DES app from the Play Store, log in, and link directly to their cooperative, where in this instance, a DES app is a digital extension service app. Using the farmer profiling model, field officers onboard farmers, capturing basic information such as name, location, crop type, and contact details. The record syncs instantly with AIMS, creating a verified digital identity for every farmer in the network. Each farmer receives a unique 16-digit ID code printed on an LBH card. During input disbursement, officers enter this ID to authenticate and access the farmer's record. Input and services are logged as grants, self-financed purchases, or buy now pay later transactions. Payment, whether cash or credit, are updated in real time on AIMS. Next, officers map farm locations using GPS coordinates. This allows every farm to be located and verified, strengthening data integrity. During the season, officers record field data, crop growth, soil conditions, pest checks, and yield estimates, giving cooperatives live production insights. Admins can group farmers, monitor input use, forecast harvest, and connect verified producers to buyers and aggregators directly from AIMS. Each cycle generates a QR code for traceability, linking every product to its farmer, field, and production history. LBH, powering data-driven, inclusive agriculture.
And that's LBH in motion. Across Africa, 60 million farmers represent an annual financing gap of $200 billion, and that's our total addressable market. In Ghana alone, 5 million farmers represent a $12 billion financing gap. And in 7 years, we are looking at onboarding 1 million farmers onto our platform, and that's a $2 billion market opportunity. We believe this is an active space, and we are not the only players. With competitors like Farmerline, Imata, and Grow For Me, this is how LBA stands out. We cover all farm segments, that is from crops, poultry, and fish. Our buy now pay later model is aligned to harvest cycles, not microloans. We also have 2 rails. We operate using 2 rails, that is in-house credit and partnership with lenders using our data. Over the years, we've onboarded 67,000 farmers, had a repayment rate of 97%, and facilitated inputs of credit of about $2 million. In August, we made 152,000 Ghana cedis. In September, 165,000 Ghana cedis. And in October, we are projecting it to 178,000 Ghana cedis. This year, in a nutshell, we are looking at doubling down the revenue of what we made last year. LBS isn't just about profit. We care about the community and the environment. As earlier mentioned, our women farmers are our main focus, and that is 65%, as well as the youth. Farmers have seen an increment in their incomes of about 40%, which means they can buy better seeds, send their children to school, and have better livelihoods. And with our model, we've avoided 120,000 carbon dioxide from being emitted. Our team is built by incredible people. We have our CEO, Ato Kwamina, a third-generation poultry farmer and a technologist. We have our CTO, Tafiu Ibn Yishau, a hackathon champion and a former head of IT at Costco Shipping. And Caitlin Ejabin, our CMO, is the communication strategist driving partnerships and growth. And once again, I'm Francisca Blessing Mensah, CEO of LBH, leading operations. And we need $10,000 to scale resilience. That is, $4,000 is going to be used to onboard additional 1,000 poultry and fish farmers, and we are going to finance them. Also, $6,000 is going to be used for a technology upgrade to be able to support more farmers and lending cooperatives. This isn't about technology or financing. It's about building resilience for our farmers, scale of our model, and building confidence for future investors. Thank you.
Thank you. So you offer funding to women farmers, and then the app facilitates the process. Is that correct?
Yes, so the app actually records the transaction, that's data, yes. And then we help facilitate credit. So we are giving them money to work, and after that, take interest after 4 months. And it's not just women, they are major focus, but we help men. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the funding comes directly from LBH.
No, it's in 2 rails, as I mentioned. So we have in-house credit. Yes. So and we actually facilitated, I think, 250,000 Ghana cedis, and the rest was from lending partnerships with other banks and rural. I think Dema Rural Bank in Bichem.
How do you mitigate risks that come with lending?
Okay, so first of all, we use first is the BSLA structures, and also have the cooperative lender base, whereby the farmers themselves partner with other people, and that's one group. And then they guarantee against each other's loan to be able to weed out bad actors. So if they know that someone is not competent enough, they weed them out. Else, if that person makes the whole group get default, they are not going to get access to more input later. Yeah.
I have 2 more questions. One is, when you presented the team, I didn't see anyone with a finance background. How do you make up for that?
So sometimes you actually learn on the job, because if we do not have, but there's a need for it, we are going to partner with other people. So actually, as a mentor for I think he was the general manager for Glyco. So yes, they sort of help us, mentors help us get along with where we are not really strong. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
And my
welcome.
final question, do you have any revenues? For instance, the app, is it, do you earn subscriptions for using the app, or how do you make money from it?
Okay, so we make money in 3 ways. The first one is the buy now, pay later model. Yes, so we have interest rates. And then we also, with the input on supplies, so like maize and all that, we get some from there. And lastly, from the platform. So that's like percent of our community that comes from the platform. And then one corporate visit. So we have 3 tiers. That is the growth, the pro, and then the enterprise. The growth is at $200, the $500, and then the enterprise, that is the larger cooperative, that's $1,000. And we have a premium model as well, so that everybody can have a feel of what we do.
Sorry, follow up. So currently, which model is the bestseller?
Buy now.
In terms of the revenue you are getting from the platform?
Please come again the question.
The revenue you are earning from the platform, you mentioned...
that's 15%.
15%
of our revenue comes from
yes.
the platform.
Yes. And you mentioned 3 different modules.
Yes, payment plans.
Okay.
Yes.
Which one do you earn the most from?
At the moment, it's just the growth. Yes.
Okay.
And the enterprise is just 2 organizations. Yes, but in all, 9 people have actually signed up that are paying. So 7 for growth, 2 for enterprise. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
LBH, do you really need the 10,000 US dollars?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Sorry.
Because from your revenue and your margins, you are self-sustaining, right?
Yes and no. Because as a matter of fact, not every farmer actually will need credit. Some have money to do what they are doing. But the smallholder farmers are a lot. And they keep on calling. And the in-house credit is not enough to cater for all these farmers we are looking at. That's why we needed 10,000.
So the 10,000, what are you really going to use it for?
We are going to onboard additional, that's 1,000 farmers, poultry and fish. And we also
when you say you are onboarding, what do you mean? For them to sign up or for you to give them
we are going to finance
assistance?
We are going to finance them.
With that money?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what do the last mile field agents, what do they do?
Okay, so actually our app is an agent servicing platform. The farmers don't directly use it. So we have field officers that go on the farms, take records of these farmers, and each farmer has a unique 16-digit code and a GPS code that makes sure that whatever they are taking is verified. And it actually can be offline and online. So if I come to your farm and I take your record, and let's say we don't have data, as soon as the data connection is going to sync, and it's going to be in real time. Yes.
Because I was wondering how our farmers, I mean, considering the kind of farmers that we have, would be able to, I mean, how user-friendly that the app is. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Started off at just about 10:07 a.m. and we are here at 1:09 p.m. It's been 2 solid hours of exchange of ideas, of pitching ideas, of trying to solve national and societal issues with your creative, business ideas. And I think I'm walking away today knowing that the future of women is indeed very bright. Please applaud yourselves once again. Thank you so much. Listen, the 2 hours compares nothing at all to the months of, planning and plotting and putting your ideas together, the research. Oh my goodness. Sometimes data is even not available, but you need to still go on with the work. And so it's nothing compared to the, months and weeks of putting all of these together, putting the team together. And I think you've done a yo woman's job. I wouldn't say yo man, yo woman's job. And so we want to acknowledge you for that. To our wonderful judges, I mean, you have listened attentively. You have, been a part of this 2-hour journey. And we really do acknowledge your experience. And of course, some of them are walking away not only with certificates and money, but you gave them some recommendations as well that would help their businesses. And I think, it's a good one. We really appreciate our wonderful judges. Zelda Barnes, consultant at the Creators Consult. Of course, Letitia Vani from she's a senior portfolio analyst at InnoHub. And of course, our gentleman who will be joining us in person soon, Michael Assem, Chief Commercial Officer, Solve Ghana. He was with us early on. I had to take a quick break. But like I mentioned, he's been joining us virtually because we are streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. We would encourage you to do well to share the link with your friends and family so they don't miss that golden moment where we'll make the official announcement of which top 5 businesses are walking away each with 10,000 US seed funding. On this note, I think we all deserve lunch. We've earned it. We've earned lunch. You're not hungry? Hey. Well, we need to take lunch. We have to be health conscious because we've kept you here for hours and so we'll have to go for lunch. We are passing around some coupons, and so if you haven't received your coupon, Sharon around, please do well to see Sharon and you will be attended to. We are having lunch at the main restaurant. It's just to my right. When you just turn to your right, the restaurant is there. And we have just about 30 minutes for that. 30 minutes for lunch. So please, we are returning at about 1:40. Please let us take note. 1:40, we are reconvening here for the next half of today's gathering. And that is really another important part because, we get to make the final announcements. A very big thank you to Standard Chartered Bank. Please let's applaud them. Thank you so much through their Standard Chartered Bank Foundation for making this possible, to Village Capital, to the Ghana Climate Innovation Center, GCIC, to Ashesi University, to everyone that has made this possible. We say thank you. And of course, to our cohort 5, amazing team members. We need I know you're hungry, but we need the energy Thank you so much to everyone that has made this possible so far. I won't be the one to stand between yourself and lunch. So at this point, I'll say bon appetit. We'll be back at 1:40. Thank you so much.
Even Sparrow Farm was created out of the passion to solve two pressing needs in my community, which is food security and job creation. Right after my national service, I realized that I had to create something sustainable to promote job opportunity for myself and the youth, and equally supply quality food to my community. And we've been working hard to ensure it happened. Even Sparrow is into the production and sales of quality, nutritious farm produce such as pepper, tomatoes, cabbages, which we supply to the local market and shopping malls. So currently, we are transplanting our peppers on the nursery and we are using our homemade organic compost. This improves the health of our consumers and also help the ecosystem. By this, we are also creating jobs where we have on board workers who are helping us with the cultivation of this. For smallholder farmers, as a business with high demand for vegetable, we are able to mobilize and aggregate from these smallholder farmers, which we will in turn sell or supply to our market. With our now about to be established solar storage, we will be able to aggregate more produce and expand our revenue model to over 50 to 60,000 monthly. The funding is to support us create a solar storage, which is going to serve as a cold room for our vegetables and then the vegetables of other farmers near us.
So there are several challenges that women entrepreneurs in the tech space face. The biggest one of them, we believe, is access to finance, what I refer to as making them bankable. So we realize that funding institutions rely on existing structure and pitching models, which tend to favor men. Now, what we do with FWIT, the Women in Tech program, is to provide grant funding to support especially female entrepreneurs to be able to scale their programs and their businesses.
Even Sparrows uses climate-smart agricultural methods in farming their vegetables, and they go a step further to offer a social impact by offering credit facilities and inputs to the farmers in their communities.
Before we started the StanChat Women in Tech Business Incubation Program, we were just in the Eastern region and we were working with limited resources. But currently, having joined the program and went through the training, we have been able to expand our farms, and we currently have client base and we have consistent demand, and we've been able to improve our revenue way over 30% than previously. Equally, we've been able to secure more investors who have an interest in pushing our farm forward because of the knowledge we have and the support we have from the Climate Innovation Center and StanChat. We have become a valuable asset to investors. First of all, I'd like to say I'm very grateful to StanChat Women in Tech Incubation Program and GCIC for supporting us and helping us, because the business training and the funding has boosted our business to a level we were not anticipating. I will equally recommend this program to every young woman out there who has an interest at heart to develop something and to better the society, that StanChat and GCIC have a passion to support us, and I will recommend that to you.